Welcome to Aloha Friday, where the vibes are always fun. With Dee and Anonh, the show has just begun. The Real Uncommon Podcast, where the stories unfold. It's time to talk story on this YouTube show. Aloha Friday, it's our kind of night. With laughter and stories, the chat just feels right. With Dee and Anonh, they bring us the vibe. On the Real Uncommon Podcast, let's take this ride. We're chatting, laughing, sharing, and singing. It's our kind of place. With wisdom, fun, and music strong, the Aloha spirit flows through this space. Tune in weekly for tales both wild and free. With Dee and Anonh, it's meant to be. The Aloha spirit spreads far and wide. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Aloha Friday, it's our kind of night, where the stars align and everything feels right. Dee and Anonh, they bring the Aloha cheer. On the Real Uncommon Podcast, you'll find your place here. So come join the party from afar and nearby. Aloha Friday, where we laugh and cry. With the Real Uncommon Podcast, we ride through the night. Aloha Friday, shining bright like a light. Aloha Friday, it's our kind of night, where the stars align and everything feels right. Dee and Anonh, they bring the Aloha cheer. On the Real Uncommon Podcast, you'll find your place here. So come join the party from afar and nearby. Aloha Friday, where we laugh and cry. With the Real Uncommon Podcast, we ride through the night. Aloha Friday, shining bright like a light. Aloha Friday, shining bright like a light.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Real Uncommon Podcast. It is our 153rd live stream. Happy Aloha Friday, everyone. It is the weekend, so it's time to relax and chill and just have a really good time tonight. But before we even get the show started, you guys, let me get Dee into the studio right now. Dee, how are you?
Hello. Hi, can you hear me? It's Aloha Friday, y'all. Y'all. Happy Aloha Friday. No work till Monday. Do 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 do. And the prince also says, Happy Aloha Friday.
You're doing a duet today. Look at that.
What's up, Anonh? How are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm good. I wanted to give you a reference that I was looking at some old content the other day, and I realized that I used to sing the damn song myself, and I didn't know that. I was like, oh shit, I sang the fucking song myself. So
yeah, and then you stopped, and now you just look at me like a weirdo.
What's new? Anyway. No, I'm doing okay, Dee. Thank you for asking. As usual, guys, I just got home not too long ago, but that's my life these days. It's the end of the year for me in my real job, the real place where I have to go make money. And yeah, end of the year is always busy for me. So
yeah.
I am semi unplugged in the space today. I did catch a few spaces. I think which space was I in? I was in the Stacker World space with O'Malley earlier today. And I think also, was Jay East was on for a little bit too, but yeah, kind of in and out. I usually listen to people when I'm at work.
Like
but
the
how's your day?
burger in and out that I never got to go to. Bad joke. I know.
Ha!
Bad joke. Bad joke. Yeah, today was good. It always goes by really quickly. Before you know it, and it's like, oh crap, we have like literally an hour before we have to go live on the show. But yeah, I guess it was good. I ran some errands early this morning with the in-laws. Um, and then did the school thing with the kid, and yeah, then before I knew it, I had to go get her, and then here we are. But yeah, good day. Lots of traffic and road work, but that's just how it is. They like to fix roads on the busiest time of the month. So
No, they've been fixing the damn roads here since 1980. All right. And the reason why they do that is the state needs to keep the workers busy. And so they literally let the roads like fall apart for like 3 years straight. And then they go back and they repair it by sections. They fill little potholes first. And then they decide to like redo an entire bridge that they did 3 years ago. Sometimes it's in the same place because it's easier for them. That's how silly our state is.
yeah, it's so messed up because they fill up the potholes, and it just so coincidentally we have like torrential rain. So then all the stuff that they filled didn't get like there wasn't enough sun, I guess, to like, make the patch like not come out of the hole. Um and all the rain just makes it all come out. So we have like fresh potholes and a waste of like tar.
That's fine.
Like
She's not lying. She's
yeah,
not lying.
it's
And
ridiculous.
what's even worse, okay, and I don't get it, like they can't draw a straight line. So all of our
No.
lines on the highways and the roads they're like they're squiggly.
So it's like, yeah, I'm driving. I'm not a bad driver. I'm just following the lines.
What the fuck? You guys are hungover or something? Come on. Anyway,
No. Anyway,
off topic. So D, who
yeah.
do we have today and what's going on with the show today?
So today we have also another FA for us in on the podcast. We did get to meet this person in real life. Well, we have a story about that. But yeah, it's his first appearance on the podcast.
She forgot.
We'll talk about that later. What was I saying? Yeah, it's his first appearance on the podcast.
See how quick
And
it was.
we're very happy to have him. Let's introduce I Am Batman. Did that work?
I don't know. You tell us, audience. And
Hello.
Batman is here. What is up,
Hello.
Mike?
Hello.
And yes, you guys got it right. I am Batman. That's the
See,
best
we
I
know
can
he
do.
says it to himself.
I was going to ask you, like, seriously, do you say it in your head? I mean, I would. If I had your name, I would do it.
Yeah, occasionally, not really to myself. I just randomly say it occasionally here and there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I actually have to change my name because I kept forgetting that I'm Batman. And now I gotta say it every time. No.
He's
yeah,
like
like
every Batman, right?
yeah.
Well, right on, Mike. How are you doing today, bro?
I'm good. Just here enjoying my Friday night, just chilling.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's good to have you. Thank you for your time. I know you're busy throughout the day, throughout the week, but thank you for allowing us to have you on the podcast and enjoy the beginning of the weekend with you. So welcome to the podcast where we are still amateurs. Yeah, let us know how we're doing. I know you got some background in what do you call it, production and stuff.
Just a little
just a
bit,
smidge.
nothing crazy.
We got a professional in the studio right here, so he's going to be critiquing us throughout the entire night, everybody.
No, I'm not. You
At
guys
the,
are
end of
doing
at the
good.
end of the live stream, we'll get a grade. We'll see what happens. I'm aiming for a C, so
A passing grade, hopefully.
you can't go wrong with a C.
No, you guys are
So
getting
Mike-
an A+.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank
look at
you.
that.
He says that now. Wait till the
end. Anyways, before we get started, we do have someone else that just popped up in the studio. So let's get this guy in the studio as well. is up, brother? How are you?
What's up, bro?
Aloha Friday, everyone.
Aloha
Aloha
Friday indeed.
Friday.
What's going on, Fro? How are you?
Cheers, guys.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Look who it is. Batman Who Laughs.
Batman. You gotta say it
He's
now.
laughing
Every time
inside,
you say it.
He is.
Yes, he is the one who laughs. Oops.
I'm Batman.
Yeah.
He
There
was
you
waiting
go.
all night to say it. He was waiting.
So good. So
Who
good.
laughs?
Yeah. Well, I hear we're gonna do a lot of laughing tonight. Are we, Fro? I had to do a little finishing touches with the video to upload it. I had to blow it up a little bit more for you guys. But I did catch a glimpse of it, and I have to say, I think the Batman will laugh tonight. What do you think, Fro?
I hope so. Hope he laughs and goes and buys an Electra because it was so good. Like it was actually so
You're trying
bad.
to pump your bags.
Oh, here we go. There's a hint in that, guys. There's a hint. Plot twist.
Plot twist.
Well, guys, thanks for coming out tonight. Thank you for the audience for coming out. We have 50 people watching us right now. I'm pretty sure more will come later. But you guys, thank you so much. Mike, it's so good to see you. Everybody, we've actually met Mike in person before, or El Batman, or the Batman Who Laughs. But I remember you as the Batman Who Laughs. I met you in DCon 2022. I remember I met you with your friend, and we were in line, and we were trying to get the QR code for the after party. And luckily, Dino, God bless his soul, he was able to get it for us. But that's when I met you for the first time. Don't you remember, D?
No, I don't remember. Like I was telling Hinano before the Vegas trip, I was like, oh yeah. And I was telling him like who was getting added to the group chat. I'm like, yeah, and Batman is gonna be there. And he's like, you do realize you met him before, right? I'm like, no, like I don't recall any of that. And I wasn't even drunk, so I
Sure wasn't.
I don't know. I wasn't high and nothing like that. So yeah, my first time to meet you. Excuse me, I'm trying to talk here. Oh my gosh, so rude. Yeah, so my first time that I got to actually meet you, I'm stamping it, was in Vegas. So yeah, it was good to meet you. Didn't really get a chance to like talk to you a lot. So I'm happy you're here now and gonna be talking to us. So let's go. I'm excited to hear what who you are. The guy
Yeah. I
behind.
mean, thanks you guys for having me too. Like, honestly, I understand completely. It's so chaotic at these events, and like, especially those first, I think, two decons were just so overwhelming. Meeting so many people. Like right now, I've had people say like, "Yeah, I've met you before," and I'm like, kind of remember, but I don't remember your name anymore. And like, it happens so much. Especially, I think it was that 2022 one, where that was the bowling one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah, at the bowling alley, like, it was so overwhelming, like, there
It
was
was.
hundreds of us, right? Like, it was a lot. So I get it, like, it's you were meeting people here and there, and yeah, so but yeah, it was great seeing you guys again in Vegas. It was such a blast at the Kid Arcade party. I did want to go hang out with you guys. I think you guys were doing the zip lining, and we had plans to go, but like I was at the mansion, and like we were like kind of hungover. Some people were
Oh,
doing
we
their
were all
thing.
hungover.
Yeah, we
All
were
of
all
us.
trying our best to like be alive the next day, but we eventually got to was it Fremont? But like I think it was like way later in the night by the time we made it. But it was fun, we still had a good time.
Yeah, so I never got to zip line because I think I would have thrown up on everyone on Fremont Street. So I actually I swapped places. I had Oz take my place. So Osmond went in my place and it looked like they had a good time. They did the half run, right? You did instead of the full one. It was a lot
Oh yeah,
cheaper.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that night at Ninja Karaoke, it was a lot of fun. I think I was hanging out with Collectors Gone Digital for like the bingo game, right? And that was cool too. I don't know if you won anything, but I think once the games was over, that's when the drinks started flowing because then all the soju shots came out. And then next, Kid Arcade's like, let's do shots. I'm like, I thought you don't drink. And And like, whatever happened in Vegas stays in Vegas. Whether it happened on Fremont Street or it happened in a mansion, you guys had to have been there. So maybe you got to go next year. But it was a lot of fun. I think we left Ninja Karaoke because I was with you, Fro, but you guys left a little earlier. I think we left right at around 2:30, but we didn't end the night till 5 in the morning, man.
Mm.
Yeah.
She was in here. So, yeah. So it was myself, D, Collectors Gone Digital, and Oz. And I think we found this. It was actually a Hawaiian restaurant, bro. A little cafe called Lanai Cafe that was like obscure at the Fremont Casino. And they were selling musubi's and chili at like 4:30 in the morning. So
Musubi.
it was good.
Drunk
It
man
hit the
food.
spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely was hungover on Sunday. I think our crew was in there when you guys were in there because it was just myself, D, and the biggest bro that kind of stayed back at the hotel. We were just talking story till like midnight.
Yeah.
So, but we had to leave the next day, so yeah, we didn't stay out too late. But you know what? We're getting to a tangent. We'll talk about Vegas in a little bit because I did want to talk about Vegas. But Fro Bro is here. Fro, it's good to see you, brother. I haven't seen you since Vegas. It was a pleasure and an honor to meet both you and Anonh. Give you guys a proper hug, give you guys a handshake, and have a nice conversation. And man, you have a movie premiere today. Give us a little insight on what we're gonna see later on tonight.
I just want to say I apologize in advance for the 2 minutes you're never ever going to get back. Ever.
Looking forward to it.
So my brother Anonh, he gets these crazy ideas and he just kind of, all right, dude, this is what we're doing. Like that's his voice. Dude, this is what we're doing. And I'm like, what will we? Nope, we're not doing that. We're gonna do this. And it all starts out with this idea of Professor Fro. So now I'm Professor Fro, right? Like I throw on some glasses and I'm supposed to be smart, right? Nope, not happening. Yeah, that's glasses, really, dude.
Look at that smart guy wearing that hat.
So bad. It's so bad. It takes place. Well, this is our premiere. You gotta remember, this is our first episode of these types of videos coming. So this is our premiere episode of this type of video, and they may or may not be more. I don't know. Like it all depends on what happens. And you're gonna have to watch it and see what happens, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. I hurt myself doing this, by the way. So there's a scene in there where I land kind of awkwardly doing something, and I'm still feeling the effects. Like this whole left side, it's all because of Kenobi. He did
Was
the
Electra
bro hug.
involved in the filming?
Am I allowed to say, Anonh? Are you watching, bro? Can I?
Give us 2 X's for yes or no.
You can't
Anyway.
reveal any secrets.
Yeah. No, we had fun making it, and I do hoping you guys all enjoy watching it. Hopefully you guys laugh. But this is our longest video, and it's 2 minutes long, and he's already got me doing the next one and the one after that. So it's going to be cranking them out a lot more now. Now that it's kind of getting, for my line of work, it's kind of slowing down because of the winter months.
Yeah.
So yeah, now it's going to be more times on the weekend. I think we're shooting something tomorrow. I don't know.
I want that problem. Can we switch? Because I'm the complete opposite. During the wintertime, I'm crazy busy because everybody wants to spend their money before the end of the year. It's nuts. It's crazy.
Yeah, I hit that hump towards the end of middle.
You're done already. You're coasting downhill.
Now I'm coasting.
You deserve it, bro. You deserve it. But yeah,
you.
I gotta tell you, the Batman will laugh tonight, I think, because I had to upload the video. I had to proofread it to make sure it played on the stream. So I might have seen it, you guys, and I gotta say, I think the Batman will laugh tonight. So let's go, you guys. Yeah. But anyway,
I heard him laughing from the other room because I haven't seen it yet, Fro Bro. But I heard laughing. I'm like, ooh, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna
yeah,
be
looking
good.
forward to that.
But we're gonna wait a little bit later. We'll probably do it, maybe in about 45 minutes from now. Fro, bro, how long do we have you here? I want to make sure we don't waste your time either.
You got me all night until whenever. I pretty much cleared out my schedule to be here,
Let's
and
go.
yeah, dude, we got. I mean, the Batman who last year, man. How could I skimp out early? I can't. The dude's here.
I know
Like,
he's gonna grab you and pull you back in. It's like no one leaves Batman,
this
right? So
is FA, man. I got to be here for the whole thing.
it's his FA, and it's good to have you back as well, brother. So yes, guys, we are gonna wait like another 40-45 minutes. We're gonna get to know Mike a little bit beforehand. Also, it's my understanding there's a giveaway involved with this. Am I right on that, brother?
Yes, and it's all possible because of Kryptoni. Kryptoni sent me some NFTs, his Omi Army hats. I have a physical, and these are the digital versions, and they're super, super sweet. You can move them around, flip them upside down, and they come with utility. So, I mean, that in itself is like, thank you. Thank you, Kryptoni.
Thank you, brother. Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Hinano. He's Batman.
I'm so
He's
sorry.
doing the thing. He's doing the
I'm
thing. That's why he was
doing
muted.
the thing. Look what happened, Mike. You're over here. I'm narrating. Anyways, guys, yeah, shout out to Kryptoni right here. If you haven't yet, give him a follow on X right here. He is back on X. He took a hiatus for a while. I guess he had some issues with Elon, but I guess he was able to knock some sense because I see that he's back in action. And we also got to meet Kryptoni for the first time at DCon. So Cabbage Gang right there. And big shout out to you, Kryptoni. Thank you so much for donating tonight's giveaway. Guys, the giveaways tonight are actually donated from you folks. So I love the fact, and I always like to say that this is a community podcast made by the community for the community. Well, now it's sponsored by the community as well. So every single thing tonight has been sponsored by the community. So shout out to you guys. Anything else you want to add to this, D, before we start the interview?
Yeah, thank you guys for always, donating and giving away stuff from your projects or some things that you picked up. Talk, man. Trying to talk. Yes, Kryptoni, best community ever. I just love that, people come together and just, give stuff. And when other people see that, they're like, "Ooh, I want to give something away," and it's like never ending. So yeah, shout outs to everybody that does that. That's really awesome. But yeah,
right,
we can let's move on.
Let's go, you guys. And also type in hashtag Aloha Friday tonight because, like I said, we have some sponsored giveaways, and that's for you folks right there. And then we'll have Fro figure out how he wants to give away these hats. But Mike, the spotlight's on you, man. And I know we were talking about lighting right there. You look great, by the way. Everything's gleaming off of your face, so I think the lighting's perfect. Welcome to the podcast, my friend. And I'm just going to dive right into it. As I told everyone before, we've met before in a previous decon. We've also seen each other at Vegas, but we kind of don't know how you actually came here for the first time. So kind of give us a backstory on how you found this digital collecting community, Vivi, and how'd you find this space?
Yeah, so it all started when in the year 1990 when I was born. And sorry, is that too far back?
Oh, no.
No,
I mean,
take it way back. We like old
yeah.
school.
I mean, back in
No.
'89 too, it was my favorite Batmobile that was born, right? So
Oh.
No, so yeah, no, it really started with crypto. And actually no, it was with GameStop when I first heard about it on the news. I had heard about crypto before, never really got in it. And I was watching some like small time influencer like in crypto and like barely had any views, and he spoke about Omi, and like there was this running joke within them that it was like always going to zero. I don't know why that was a thing, but it was like I think at that time like they didn't have the VV app yet. So I remember when it launched and looking at it and I was like, I can't even log in. And kind of ignored it until I think I made an account in March of 2021, but like just would try to log in and I'd be like, I don't understand this. And then it wasn't until like the Jermaine Rogers rabbit. So my friend told me like, "Hey, try to go for this," and I was like, "Why?" Like
what
I
is
don't
it?
understand it. yeah, like what is it? Like are we actually doing something with this Omi token now? Like what's going on? And I went for it, got I believe the number 76, and I was like, what? And so I instantly sold it because like paper hands, and like made some money. And then from there I was like, wow, this is actually great. And my first thought was like flipping. And at the time, like none of this existed. I know it's not like doesn't look like a lot, but if you see this side, it's insane. Like I have a whole thing of like comics and collectibles and art that I just never had. And I was like, wait, I actually like I started looking at what Vivi had, and I'm like, I actually start liking some of these. So little by little, I was like, let me make a Twitter account because I heard that's where all the good stuff was. And originally I was doxxed. I didn't know how Twitter worked. I didn't know people used code names or whatever. So
Yeah.
like my name was literally on there, like my full name with my face, and like
You
quickly
were doing
realized,
Facebook rules, right?
yeah, I was doing Facebook rules. I didn't know any better, and like quickly, like the insults came. Oh, you're an idiot, and this and that, and I was like,
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't use my real info, especially because
Fuck.
yeah, yeah. And so then I switched my name to Melkor. And I was like, for a long time, I was known as Melkor. If you guys don't know, he's the main bad guy from Lord of the Rings. Um, well, actually, not Lord of the Rings. It's a previous Lord of the Rings. I won't get into it because I'm super nerdy. But anyways, but then like my friend, the one that you actually met, we were talking one day and we're like, hey, like we should do a podcast where we talk about collectibles and the things we know about things. And I was like, sure. But you know what? Our names kind of suck. And I'm like, no one remembers me. Like I had already done one meetup and everyone was like, no idea who you are. So I was like, let's do something memorable. And at the time I was listening to Dave on his ENS stuff, and he was like, guys, ENS is the next best thing. So I was like, let me look up Batman Who Laughs and see if that's taken. And it wasn't. So I was like, I told my friend, like, should I buy that? He's like, yes. So I bought the Batman Who Laughs, and I bought a bunch of Lord of the Rings ones too that like we won't talk about right now because um but yeah, so I went with that one, switched my name, and now like as you know, everyone knows me as Batman. Which is kind of funny because like randomly I get people being like, wow, you're the Batman. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Like, guess my name's more popular than I thought. So then, we go on and we try to do this like podcast thing going on. Did our first episode, we sounded like complete idiots. There was so many uh, um, and then heavy breathing and lots of long pauses. And I was like, I don't want to listen to myself and have to edit this. Like, this is embarrassing. So like that never happened. And yeah, then eventually, like, I just decided, you know what, I'm just happy being part of the community and like actually collecting and getting to know the people. It was really fun, especially after doing those first two decon meetups and then the kickoff party. It was just a blast and been here ever since.
That's awesome about going to these events, meeting people, and then just kind of like falling into the community. Because I remember meeting you, and I remember we were both kind of the same, like, or at least the Decon 2022. I was kind of very nervous, especially that Friday night, because I didn't know anybody. There was a shit ton of people there, way more than I think
Yeah.
than any event prior.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, like Sanjay's party. Did you go to Sanjay's party? He had it at Dave and Buster's.
Yes, I was there.
Okay, yeah. See, but that's what's so extensive about that. You were there. I met you, I met your friend, and I think just because we were in line next to each other, that's how it worked out. Because I also remember meeting Anesthesia Penguin and some other dude that was in the front that apparently was doing some contract work in Hawaii, so it was very relatable. But there was so much people there. I didn't meet the biggest bro. I never met Fro. Apparently a lot of people were there, but I probably walked past them and didn't even know the wiser. I never met Miss Gecko. So
Yeah.
most of the people I never met, but I did meet you, Mike. I finally got to meet them in Vegas, but I've been talking with them for like 2 years on the internet. You should know, you're in Spaces. And it's kind of interesting that a bunch of strangers who decided to like either buy a cryptocurrency, cheat, flip, we called trading in like the old man era, right? Like in TradFi it was called trading, but whatever, flipping, like flipping a car. Um, we kind of all met on the internet as strangers, and look at us now. We're hanging out. We went to Vegas together. I never once felt like I was in danger whenever I met internet people in VV, at least, you know what I mean, in this community versus
Yeah.
elsewhere. But here's a funny story about like meeting you guys for the first time in Decon. That's the whole reason why this podcast was created, because we met people like you for the first time that was just kind of like new to this kind of stuff, that was new to like in real life meetups. I don't know if you did one before. I'm just making the assumption right there. It was new for DNI, but mainly also meeting people for the first time in a fandom type of environment with comics, collectibles, heroes and stuff like that, right? So it was a really cool time to like start VV, get to know you guys, and now we've been in it for 2 years, and I just feel like we've known each other for a long time, even though this is the first time that we've had you on our channel and we're talking like this. I don't know. What do you think about that, Dee?
No, I agree 100%. And just to go back on what you were saying earlier, Batman. See, I still say like I've been doing this for like 2 years, and like when we rewatch stuff or I listen to myself, I'm like, damn, I say like so much and like this is like not professional, but you don't think about it. I think it's
No.
just a human thing. Like you're trying to think of what to say and you don't have the words, so you just say yeah. Okay, see what I'm telling you. But it was really good to meet you and so much people in real life. I don't remember, like I said, meeting you at all. And I know when we were talking to other people previously, they were saying, see, I didn't go to the bowling alley one in 2022, but we were talking to some people and they were like, oh, yeah, I went to that. I was in the lane next to so and so. And they're like, oh, I was in that lane. So we were all, or whoever went to that event was literally bowling next to each other without even knowing until like 2 years later when you're talking about it and you're like, oh shit, like I was like 10 feet away from you. And we just, didn't get the chance to actually like talk until now, 2 years later. So yeah, I'm also glad that I have all my body parts still
Yeah.
after meeting everybody on the internet.
Came home with all my kidneys.
Yeah, I mean that's
That
always like
of.
yeah, that
That's very true. That's very
we
true.
did all pass out after
I have been having some bathroom issues, so let me think about this.
You're like, what's a scar on my back? When?
when
Hell,
did
man.
that happen?
I'm just so tired all the time. Shit.
But
No,
yeah, it's been really good to like meet people, and I'm looking forward to other events that we can go to continue the conversation, or because I didn't get to talk to you in Vegas. Now that we are talking now, when we go to the next event, I will look for you and actually like talk face to face in person in real life. So that's gonna be awesome.
okay, wait, hold the phone here. Someone did try to kidnap me that last night. He not talked me out of it.
Yeah. Yes.
I told you it was sus. Okay, so just to reference, without referencing too much, he got a phone call. And he was going to go somewhere with people that he first. Well, no, he didn't get a phone call. I'm sorry. He met these strangers, and then he gave these strangers his phone number, and then he got a phone call, and he was going to meet up with these strangers. And I didn't talk him out of it. I'm a Portuguese. So the problem is, and see, this is a good thing you probably didn't come and talk story with me, Mike, because you probably wouldn't have left my orbit. Because once I talk, I literally have a tractor beam and I suck you in, and you want to fucking run away from me. Just like, see, that's why Fro left early. He's like, I gotta get away from Hinano. He can't shut up. You know? Like, God, man, a damn.
He texted Anonh, do it now. Like, make an excuse so I can leave.
Call my phone, Anonh, now. No, yeah, no. That last night, the biggest bro was gonna go to a what do they call that, a escape room.
Escape room.
A bunch of people, yeah, and they're just looking for another person. But I was like, "Do you know
Yeah.
the guy?" And I thought he knew the guy, and he's like, "No, I don't." I'm like, "Well, you're so coy, like you've known him for years, right?" So,
That's
but
what
I ended
I
up
thought
talking to.
too.
Escape room is a little scary. Like, if it would have been like, hey, we're gonna go to like In-N-Out or Whataburger, somewhere where there might be people, okay, fine. But like
Yeah.
escape room, you're gonna be in a room alone with people. They might tell you, "Hey, this house is the escape room," and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
not.
Her the trunk is the escape room. Just get in my car. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But the scenario is we got to be in the front seat. So,
yeah. You gotta
right.
escape somehow.
Yeah. I think it was what was it? It was like some horror theme thing, so it's even worse, right? So, um but to kind of rewind, I want to go back to like our names, right? Because I never made that mistake with Twitter. And the only reason I got a Twitter, which is X now, is mainly because I wanted to know what was going on with Vivi. But like, so once I established my name, and no, I did not copy Randy Chavez or Donald Trump because their names are the real whatever, right? I literally love the real Ghostbusters. And so that was the whole meaning behind the name, was the real Hinano, like the real Ghostbusters. Like how do I offset myself? Well, you have the regular movies, Ghostbusters, and the cartoon, which I think is continuity, by the way, was offset by putting the words the real. And that's the reason why our podcast is named the way that it is, too, because someone had the Uncommon podcast. And here's a little FF fun fact. We tried to get the name from the guy. At first, we were going to pay them for it. And then the price started going up. And I said, forget this. You know what I mean? It's not worth it for like a name that we just decided to like, because we wanted the uncommon name. So let's just put the word real in it. And then we'll just continue with our day. You guys like to say a lot of shit, right? So, anyways, that's the reason why I chose my name with that. But like the meaning behind your name, we know, but Fro, I mean, I understand Fro Clover, Fro Ecomi, but like, is that the reason why you chose your name, was mainly because of the Ecomi token? You're miming
muted.
right now. You're muted.
See, he's farting.
This whole time, dude, I said so many things, and like, what in the hell?
You're spilling alpha.
You must have
Spilling
ate some
alpha.
chili.
No chili, no chili.
Okay.
What I was saying is, no, my actual real name is Fro. That is my name. Like, my family calls me Fro. My brother calls me Fro. My mom calls me Fro. But the Ecomi came from like I said, the Ecomi token. I just couldn't be just regular Fro because that was already taken, right? So
Yeah.
like, well, what else is not taken? So I'm like, I'm into Ecomi. Like that's what led me down the rabbit hole to Vivi was, the Ecomi token. So I'm like, I'll be Fro Ecomi. Like I'm cool with it. Like we'll see how that goes. It sounds like it's, like decent. People won't laugh at me.
Rolls
Like,
off the tongue. It's not
it
cool
rolls
like the
off the
Batman who
tongue.
laughs. So I think we sold ourselves short here, right? You know what I mean? Fro Ecomi, the real Hinano, and then you got the guy who can laugh in his head. Yeah. So,
I might need to change mine to the real Fro Ecomi who laughs. I mean, good gosh, I mean that just
you
rolls
might
off
as
the
well, because we
Because
tongue.
like
that's
to
not a
like make
mouthful at
It's
all.
not a
yeah, we
mouthful
like
at all.
long
Yeah.
things here, right?
Hey.
Mike, come
Pause.
on, man.
I thought we were gonna have a story like
Ayo.
yeah. So like in high school, I had this
Um,
huge ass fro. You know what I mean? So because of the hair, the wig, right?
The wig.
Yeah, well, right
So
on.
good.
Well, yeah, I mean, like basically the internet thing, right? So what I'm trying to get at is basically, um, when it came to like other socials, people were trying to snoop and try to find my real name. Like, I think someone found my real name because I had my real name actually on Facebook, and so like, I did the opposite. I ended up trying to change all that shit because I had like other socials as well with my real last name. I almost said it, by the way. So yeah, dangerous how it can be depending on your own persona, your privacy, your kidneys still in your body. But anyways, like I said, we're going into another tangent here, Mike. Let me bring it back here. So basically, I'm looking at your sheet here, D. Batman. The first question here, Batman. Is that your favorite superhero? Really? These
Um.
are the questions, D?
no, there's more. I was just because I went on his profile and I was like researching. Yes, I researched you, Batman. So like, because you're like, I don't know what there is to talk about me. I'm like, I'll find something. So I went
She
to
did.
your page and I was like, looking for stuff to like talk about and have a conversation. But looking back, and I should know this because I like DC a lot. I saw on your profile Earth 22, and I'm like, what the hell does that even mean? So I actually went and looked it up. I'm like, oh, okay, that's his world, the universe that the Batman Who Laughs is in, right? And that's his first appearance in that Earth. So I'm like, well, I'm such a dummy. I should know that. um, but yeah, that was the question, and Hinano didn't read the rest.
Oh,
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is Batman your favorite superhero or comic?
no,
Neither.
Damn.
No,
okay,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
These are
That's a
heavy
joke.
hitters tonight, guys. Next thing you know, you get the favorite color question coming out. You better watch out.
okay,
No,
when I'm
so
typing these out, it's like I think what I'm thinking, and I'm typing it out, not knowing. Yeah, Hinano can't read my mind and how I envision asking this. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
you should
Totally.
write like side note. Use this expression when saying this.
Or,
Do this,
or,
say it in this tone of voice. That might help.
or
Okay,
side
okay.
note, I will say this question. So,
That too. Yeah.
all right, your sheet. Here you go, Dees. Go for it.
No, I was always curious on like what that means to you. I mean, you explained it a little bit about, getting your name, but of all like the people and, all the characters, like does that resonate with you? Like why that one?
Um, well, one, the name was available. I tried every other name, and for some reason that one wasn't. But no, I do love Batman. Um, maybe not my favorite superhero, but he is probably my top like third superhero. I actually didn't know about Batman Who Laughs until I think it was around that time when I was looking up different Batman names and like just about it. Um, and I was like, who is this Batman? And little by little, I started doing a little bit of research. I went to the comic book shop. One of my first well, I got two comics. One was the Metal series, which included his story, and then what was and Spider-Man comic. I just went in. I said, "Hey, I want a Spider-Man comic," and I got those two. And I was not as interested in the story of the Batman. I was more into like I want to learn about Spider-Man, but then quickly it started changing into like, wait, I do want to learn about this guy. Like he's actually kind of crazy. And then I read his whole story, and now I have a bunch of like Batman Who Laughs figurines all over the place, and like, yeah, he's like pretty cool. I actually have a funny story during DCon 2022. I met Tina and Rudy, and they come up to me and they're like, "I have a gift for you," and I was like, okay, yeah, sure. So then they like mailed me. Apparently, they went to like New York Comic Con and they found the Batman Who Laughs, and I had just changed my name around the time. And they sent me a Batman Who Laughs figurine, which I have no clue where I left it. Like I was just staring at it, and I was gonna show you guys, but I'm like it's somewhere around here. But I'm not gonna look for it because I don't know
It's
where it is.
hiding
But
in
it's
your
like,
basement.
It's
yeah, it's
behind
like
the lamp.
it's like about yay big. It's pretty cool. Um,
Wow.
yeah, and like usually I don't like I like to keep a lot of stuff in boxes, but that one I'm like this is just too cool to like not display. And like I typically have it like I have a little desk not desk books shelf right here, and it's like right there in the middle, and it's like the whole theme is like Batman Who Laughs. I have a little one, and then I have a couple other different Batmans. I got some Funkos and stuff like that. But yeah, like that's like right now, like again, I wouldn't say he's like my favorite. Well, one, he's not a superhero; he's technically a supervillain. But Batman is definitely my top three.
Oh, I see where you're getting at in that one. Okay, cool, cool. I like that. I like that. Nice. Yeah, I'm like you. I've got stuff all over the place. Like I've got like this will probably trip you out. I got a sea duck right here. I don't know if you remember this from like McDonald's. So
I've
that's
never seen
Baloo.
that.
You've
Okay.
never seen Tailspin, the sea duck?
Uh, never seen that. No.
Oh wow, yeah. So this is like old school McDonald's. I got like a fig pin here. I've got all kinds of stuff here. This is DeLorean staring at me right here, but yeah, because I see you looking up. I'm like, he's like me, because like all my stuff's in front and like on the right and the left side.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Like
know?
yeah, it's all here. Like like my wall. It's like my wall with like a bunch of stuff like just hanging out here. I've showed a few people before. I think Acro and Lorenzo have seen it. We've done like a video call, and I like showed them a little bit of this. Right now, it's kind of a mess, but yeah, like I have all types of cool little stuff. Like got this guy from Decon last year actually.
Nice.
He's a One Piece character, the son of Whitebeard, supposedly. But yeah, I'm into so many fandoms. It's kind of crazy. Like I have Star Wars stuff. I follow a lot of anime, do a lot of Marvel nowadays and DC. So yeah, like I'm all over the place.
So that was my next question for you. It sounds like you're a mixed bag when it comes to collecting, but let's talk about digital collecting. What do you normally go after? What is your favorite thing, specifically in the VV app or all these other projects like McFarlane? I don't know if you're in cryptoids, but like, what do you collect digitally, and what's your favorites?
Yeah, so I mostly do the comics. Although but when it comes to collecting like digital, like the actual collectibles, I guess, or figurines, I tend to stick towards either DC, Marvel, or Star Wars. Those are my top three. Occasionally, I do collect art stuff, but that's just like super random. A Nas, I've met him before several times. Um, but yeah, like I collect a lot of that stuff mostly, and like right now, my main thing is like I'm trying to slowly get some of the earlier DC stuff. Um, don't have a lot of that, and like recently, I realized I had like three collectibles from DC, and two of them were Batman Who Laughs, and I'm like, why?
You
And
better
I
have
realized
one.
like yeah, and I'm like, nah, like I gotta start collecting more. So I started getting some of the first season DC characters. So I think I got the Old Man Batman recently. I got the light, and a couple other things. I think I got a Penguin, got a Harley Quinn. So like little by little, I'm like slowly building up to them. Right now is like a great time because like the reason I kind of stopped looking at them was because they got so expensive,
Yeah.
and I am very cheap. I don't like spending money on things unless I see like this is gonna
You
hold
mean you're
value.
smart?
Same.
Yeah, I guess I don't know some things, but yeah, like so right now that I started seeing some for like $5, $6, and I'm like, if this drops like to $2, I don't care at this point. Like it's fine
Yeah.
because it's not like I'm losing $300-400 like they were before. So yeah, like now I'm starting to collect them, and every time like I keep an eye on them, and every time I see them go down a certain range, if I got a little bit of gems, I'm like, oop, scoop that up.
Yeah. So I'm like, is that
Sorry. Yeah,
it?
no. I was
You just
typing.
stopped. No, it's all good.
No,
Um, oh, go ahead.
no, I can relate. So like what I was typing is I'm looking at my collection right now because I'm eyeing out the Doug, is it Doug Mankey? You know, the crotch rocket Batman where he's like the app Batman, right? Yeah, he was like going for like 4 gems and now he's up at 5. So I'm waiting for him to go back down even by just 1 gem. Just to get one, you know what I mean? Just have one in
Yeah,
my collection.
4 M? Seriously?
It was 4 gems. It's 5 right now, and I just don't want to pay
What?
5. I know I'm cheap, but
Yeah, that's really like thing.
yeah, that's what I do. What's that one called, by the way?
I think the Doug Mankey, or I
Doug
can't. I'm probably
Mankey?
Yeah.
saying the name wrong, but it's the one where he's flying, and I call
Yeah,
it the
yeah.
crotch rocket Batman.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
Crotch
love
rocket.
that Batman. I actually had that one. I think I got that one on drop, and then I like paper handed it right away.
same,
Mm.
yeah. I mean, and at the time, I thought we were stupid back then too. Right? Oh, I sold too early.
Oh
So
But
yeah,
now it's like, good thing I did. The only one I have is like the black and white is the Robin. I forgot which rarity. But then when we went to we did a staycation I think like a year ago, and we went to a collectible shop and it had that same Robin in that store. So I picked it up. I'm like, oh sweet, I can like match my physical to my digital, which is really cool. Shh. I'm gonna mess something.
he wants to talk only when you talk. You have noticed.
Yeah, that's why I keep muting myself. um But going on that, I know that you had mentioned in the chats previously that like when you're collecting, you tend to collect like a lot of Marvel comics specifically, but
Mhm.
you read more of DC stuff. Is it because like for me, like I love DC because it's like so raw and like more gritty and like I guess realistic.
Yeah.
Is that like the same for you? Is that why you do the same even though you have more of Marvel?
Yeah, actually, that's exactly it. Like, I up until recently, I haven't bothered to with too many stories. I did read like House of X and Powers of X, and it's good. But I don't know what it is about like actually reading DC comics that I really enjoy. It also helps that they're a lot cheaper. So I like going to like I'm constantly on either eBay or I'm at the comic shop and I ask I'm pretty close now to a couple of comic shop owners and I always tell them if you see this story of like DC, I want to read it. So like find it for me and like they'll find me like two or three of the set and like they're like, "Yeah, just give me $5 for each or something like that." So I'm like, "Hell yeah, that's cheap and saves me
Yeah.
the shipping on eBay." So I've been more likely to read those. Even on Candy, like I find myself reading more comic books on Candy, even though that stupid reader crashes all the time, which is really
Yeah.
annoying, and I wish they'd fix that.
Super annoying.
Oh, it's so annoying, especially with like the bigger comic books. Like once I see like more than 30 something pages, I'm like, like
Fuck, it's got to take me back to the first page because that's what
yeah.
it does,
And then I
right?
gotta like
Yeah.
go all the way forward and like rage click that thing. Um, yeah, it's annoying, but I do find myself reading those versus like on VV. Like, one, I'm not the biggest fan of like the reader. I don't know what it is, but like it bothers me. Like, I think it's like this weird flashing that it does. And then like otherwise I'm zooming in or whatever. But like
Yeah.
even past that, like the stories, they're fine. It's just like something about the DC ones just feel different.
No, I can agree with that. I feel like the DC books are more grounded, and I have
Yeah.
the same relationship with my LCS. So on this island specifically, a lot of the pre-orders are all Marvel. In fact, I rarely my LCS owner rarely gets pre-orders for DC, but he brings in DC
Oh.
books. And
Uh-huh.
so the best thing about that is I just got to wait a few months, and the books that I want to read end up in the white box, and then all I got to
Yeah.
do is like pay like what is it, D, like four for a buck, and so I can get like a
Hmm.
four issues right there for $1 if I'm just patient and wait. So that's what I've been doing is literally patient and waiting, and he just takes his new stock and throws them in the white box. It's just that he's got to order a certain amount of books because there are certain people that do order the books, or he's got to
Yeah.
provide DC at least. But yeah, not a lot of people here like DC. And he has other reasons why. I guess during the pandemic, DC was pretty dirty, but I heard Marvel did some dirty stuff too. But I guess DC really burned him. So, yeah, he doesn't really like DC too much. So, but I'm like you, I can get them for like four for $1. It's really great, and we'll go from there. I'm revisiting Action Comics 1050, even like the lighter stuff, like the Superman comics. Even though it's very lighthearted, it still feels very grounded. I like the fact on like, and I'm just going on specifically Action Comics. There's flashbacks, and I like on a DC book how the flashback is very grounded. Like you can follow the flashbacks. If you ever watch a Marvel or read a Marvel book, sometimes the flashbacks go through some like grandiose world, and I feel like you didn't work to get to what you're reading, in my opinion. I don't know if the same's for you, Mike, but like with the DC books, and I can just say this because I was reading Action Comics. That's 1050 is the one where Lex Luthor he has like some type of like memory erasing ray where he erases the memory of Superman for everyone on the planet, and if someone remembers, they have a heart attack. So yeah, it was a good book. It was. I think they were trying to like segue, and now they got
Yeah.
the absolute right.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that Absolute series is pretty cool.
yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
I
I'm
haven't
liking
I
it.
haven't read
Yeah.
mine yet.
Yeah, I
So
was told to like read a certain book and then like I was like, "Wait, what about this one?" They're like, "Oh, actually, yeah, you could go back to that." And then I was like, "But what about this other series?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's like and not right now I'm like, "Oh god, I'm really far behind." So I don't know. So I'm like, "You know what? Like I'm just going to start at Absolute Power superpowers, and I'm gonna just go from there.
And it makes sense, right? Because it's kind of like a little like soft reboot kind of a thing, right?
Yeah,
But and that's
yeah,
why I read 1050, because you know it started off with a new storyline, you know, with like some pivotal event. Because I tried reading some of the other books and I was just freaking lost. I'm like, who the hell are these people?
yeah,
So, but I
yeah.
am with you on this. I prefer to read the DC books.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, like again, maybe it's because like another thing I've noticed is like the books I've gotten into that are DC tend to have a start and they're not as crazy, and like some of the like you they're not like oh there's this random person, and you know how they have that little thing that says this is from this story, and
Yeah.
it's like relevant to this and that, and like they're all over the place. And maybe because like I hadn't found that until Ultimate Spider-Man, um the Ultimate Universe, I finally started to get into, because I'm like, oh, I don't need to know everything that's happened before, and like because you know it's again like a soft reboot. You know, Spider-Man forgot, didn't know who he actually was until he's a little older, and it feels a lot more grounded, and I'm liking it so far. I haven't finished it. I'm probably like in the fourth or fifth one, and then I also have to catch up to all the other Ultimate Spider, or sorry, superhero ones. But it's a lot, you know, like it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
And right now I'm kind of like doing the absolute powers, and that one's really good. I'm also doing a couple of independent ones. Like I've been doing World Tree. I don't know if you've
Oh
heard about that one.
no.
Um, yeah, it's like a internet thing where like it kind of makes you kill people. It's a whole thing.
Huh.
I'm liking that one so far.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Then I read Saga, and I am so far behind right now. I think I'm in like number 15 or something, and then because I take breaks all the time, I'm like I think I have to start over because I forget things, you know. So I'm reading. I'm heavily in that one. I collect that. I actually just went and picked that up yesterday. What else am I reading? I think those are like the main one. Oh, and then I read a lot of there's this author, I'm blanking out, but she does this series called Black Cloak. It's kind of a fantasy thing where like you live in a futuristic world, but like there's fairies, there's like different types of beings, and I kind of really like that. So I've been reading her series. I think we're on like number 7 or something like that. And she has a couple other stories that as well. Kelly Thompson, her name just came up. So her name's Kelly Thompson. All these are like independent stories, and then there's the distillery ones. I've read almost all of them. Some of them are better than others. I like Gone so far. It feels kind of Star Warsy ish. Like you know, takes place in space.
Yeah.
And then there was another one called Sona, which was like about a demon like going, but it was a little too horny for me, and I'm like,
Wait,
I
corny or horny?
horny like
Horny. Oh, okay. I was
both.
like,
Like it's a whole thing about some devil seducing some chick, and I was like,
Oh.
I yeah, like so I moved on past that one. But yeah, like I'm loving independent comics recently too. Like I read the Sanity one, which I found really good, and the Evermore one. Those are both on BB,
Okay.
and yeah, I'm really enjoying those. Can't wait for the next couple books that come out. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I just picked up the is it Captain Harlock Space Pirates? It's something I'm interested in reading as well. I'm a big fan of like science fiction space operas, you know, but it has to be very epic. It has to be grounded. I don't want it to be just space battles and laser beams, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta try
This is
Saga.
yeah.
Yeah, I think you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did pick up so it's called Something Epic from Image. I've never read it. My LCS owner has been telling me to read it, and I guess it has something to do with like certain individuals are epics and they can see other worlds and use their
Mm.
imagination and create things. I've never read the book, but I think there's like 4 or 5, and so I have the entire stack sitting at the LCS because it's going in a white box. So yeah, I don't know. Comic guy, you're in here. You've heard of Something Epic? He's a big Image guy, and he also owns a comic shop as well in Arizona. But yeah, Something Epic was uh, reference to me to go check out. So I have the books. I just got to go pick them up. Our LCS is 2 hours away from us. So
Oh.
yeah, and he's very old school. He doesn't like to mail things. He doesn't have online, but he has the best books on the island. You know what I mean? He has like all the vintage stuff, and so I can lose myself in there for like, I don't know if you're like me, but if I walk into an LCS and like I can jive with the owner, I'm stuck in there for like 4 hours, like just nonstop.
Yes.
I
Hmm.
just
Yeah, same. I recently learned like I'm a chatterbox, and like I go up to someone, and next thing you know, I'm like asking them questions about like this and that, and like sometimes like I feel like they're trying to get back to work, and I'm like I feel it like they're like leave please, but at the same time I'm like, but I need these questions answered.
yeah.
I want to know. I need to know.
Yeah.
And
I get that
although
way too.
sometimes because like I don't know if your guy can be crabby. My guy is semi depending on the day because like
Yeah.
literally their business is also their passion. So he's always trying to make it month to month, trying to make sure he pays the rent. Hopefully his community comes in and out, still tries to do signings and stuff like that. But he can get crabby sometimes. So he's very he's an acquired taste. And I think the first time I met him, I started talking about Vivi. Is like, you mean that digital crap? And yeah, we
He
got in
shut
this
you down
The
good, man.
same,
long
yeah, the
ass
same thing
argument.
happened to me. The same thing. I told him about Vivi, and at the time it was Candy. What was it called? The palm one.
Oh, Palm, yeah.
And he's like, another cash grab. What are they doing now? Like he rolled his eyes at me, and I was
You know
like,
you can't touch it, right?
yeah, yeah. All right, I'll shut up.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, he got me good. But I wouldn't let it go. I'd be like, well, look, I'm gonna be very honest with you. The digital stuff is what brought me through your doors. So you really got to think about that now because now
Mhm.
I'm trying to find the physical books to match with my digital so I can have it right now. Like right behind me right now, we have what two? I think this is about maybe 15 short boxes behind us. This is my office, by the way. There used to be a coffee table there. It's gone. It's gone downstairs in the living room
Yeah, I
because we
feel you.
can't
What
fit it.
Literally,
coffee
right there,
table?
my little corner in the room is full of boxes, and I'm like, I need to get two more because I have over here, I have like stacks where I'm like, they're just there, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
gotta figure out where to put those.
Yeah, look, I can reach and look, you got a
Just keep
DeLorean
buying
right here,
more.
right? You know what I mean? I just reach, You
I
got
see him looking at his
the
wall.
slave ship
Yeah,
right
see,
here, right? So
this is literally my wall right here. Boom.
That's so
yeah, man.
awesome.
Like, yeah. Here's something that you guys probably won't even think to even see, and I don't know if you guys are a big fan, but this is the Stargate ship right here. This is the Odyssey. I don't know if you guys
Nice.
ever watched Stargate right here.
I did, but I just don't remember the ship.
Yeah, well, it's the Odyssey. It's basically their carrier ship. I had someone 3D print it for me, so
Oh,
that's
nice.
how crazy I get with my stuff. I'll go to
Oh,
a 3D printer and say, "Can you make this?"
I just got this actually, right
What is
here,
that?
Yo,
3D
what?
printer.
Oh,
That is
whoa.
badass. Oh, see,
Yeah,
Nice.
wouldn't that be cool in our house, D?
Yes, we just need to make some room in your corner.
Oh,
But yes, you have the go ahead.
here we go. All right, you heard that, guys. I'm getting a 3D
Dangerous.
printer for Christmas.
let's
He agrees
go.
too.
I'm probably paying for it too. Just kidding.
Hey, Mike, can you make me like an Electra, like with a spin kick? Like it, I'll pay you.
Send me the file, and I can try. I am super new at this. Like I've only had this for a month. I've been trying to here. Actually, let me reach for it. It's right here. Give me a second.
I don't know what I do
He's like
something wrong?
firing up the fusion reactor over
No,
there.
so this is the first thing I actually no, I lied. This is the second thing I printed. This is a Balrog.
Dang,
I
Whoa.
painted it
Wow,
myself, by the way.
that
Like
look
this is
good.
dude.
Yeah, that is cool, man.
yeah, but it's not as good when you look at it close up. But yeah, I haven't. It's been a month, and I haven't been able to do the wings. Like they come out bad. And
Mm.
then the first thing I ever printed was this sword. This is also from Lord of the Rings. As you can see, also trying to paint it. As you can see, there's like marks all over. Don't know why that's happening. So I'm like learning. Like there's a lot of little things there. But I also
Mm.
painted this, trying to make it better. My friend, he's the one that introduced me to this, and his stuff looks incredible. And I'm like, how come mine looks like this? Like if you see it, you'd be like, oh, that looks horrible. Like the lettering, not good. Like I'm pretty sure you can't see it with the quality.
Like,
but-
is that a Black Friday
It's a
3D printer you
prototype.
bought?
yeah, but it's the same one he used to use. Like he sold it to me. That's why I'm like, but his stuff looks incredible. My stuff looks like ass. Except this is okay. Except the wings, like still no wings.
Well, you're
I'll
still
figure it out.
working with it. Yeah, you're still playing around with it. You'll get it.
Yeah, I also broke its leg and like had to glue it together. I had to like buy some special like plastic glue, because it didn't come out great, and I just did that. But yeah, getting into that hobby, see where that goes. So maybe soon I'll be printing out cool stuff like this all the time.
Well, there we
Mhm.
go. So now we can actually go to you and we can give you our orders and stuff like that, right? I would prefer to pay someone from the fam than someone from the
Yeah,
internet.
I mean, once I figure this out, sure, just send me the 3D
Ooh.
files and we'll get this going.
Wonder
to-
Woman for me.
Slider, right here to answer your question. This is the BC 304. I'm sorry, it's either the Odyssey or the Daedalus, because I know he is a Stargate fan. So, but yeah. Anyways, I'm a nerd, guys. That's just me right there. You know.
Hey, we're on the
Anyways,
same boat if we're
He
here.
says he's the same thing.
yeah. So okay, here we go.
What
All
about
right.
you, bro? Anything you want to input on that?
With the Stargate or the
No,
that's
3D
collect-
printer?
Both collecting and your comics as well.
Oh, I got. What do I have? I got this thing right here that was I picked up from Comic Con. I picked up a couple actually.
I'll be right back.
Zero Ghost.
Oh, those are dope.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
I picked it up. Signed by David Yu and I think it's Brandon Choi. So or Brian Choi. I'm sorry. Yeah, and David Yu signing. I'm just having him sign as many as I can. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I got so much stuff I can't even I don't even know what to pull out for show and tell. It's I got this shield. I don't know.
Whatever's within reach, man. Just go for
Yeah.
it. Ayo.
Look at this
Oh,
guy
wow,
right
that's
here.
actually really cool. Wow.
Oh, that's the one you
Yeah.
were wearing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
This guy's all coy. I got this shield. Like he literally had that shield ready. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that thing was
Like,
ready to go, like with the
Yeah.
VV
It
thing
was
and
all
everything.
shiny and stuff, right?
I'm
Dang.
gonna put it on right now and just wear it for the whole rest of the podcast.
Yeah,
That's
do it.
like,
But wear it in the front though, so like we could see it the whole time.
Yeah. He's gonna like deflect all of the shame. Well, I have something that's in hand's reach right here because somebody gave this to me from San Diego Comic-Con. It's breaking the frame. Can you imagine this individual carrying this thing throughout the con? You know, right there, Mr. Fro, bro. Thank you, by the way, for getting me this from the con. But I was talking to your brother. Like he said, you literally carried this entire thing through the con.
We split up. He
Bro.
went for a few items, and God, that looks so good. That look good in your hands, man.
No one's
Like,
allowed
that
to
is
touch it but me, by the way.
nice.
Pause.
Can't touch this. He had the shield on. That's why nobody like got in his way when he was picking that box for you, Hinano.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Dude, I'm I know how big of a Batman fan you are, and dude, it's one of those things where you see something and like it's you got a family member, right? Extended family member that is like would totally love that or appreciate that, and just kind of really enjoy it, right? So all in, bro, all in.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's next to my black Todd and my blue Todd. It's right in the middle right there. So I gotta stay right there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And no one's allowed to touch it in the damn house. I gotta tell you that right now.
Not even me, man.
Not
his
even
wife.
her. Yeah.
Trying to package that and get it from crinkling on any of the corners. I mean, you saw how big that box was. It was like like 2.5 by 3 feet wide, or 3 by 3, or yeah, that was
You could
I
ship
was
D in the box. That's how big it was. Anyway, no, but thank you, Fro. I really appreciate that. And like it goes back to this whole entire space, right? A bunch of fun, cool people hanging out, talking about their fandoms. And what I really love about what's going on in this space, and hopefully the projects are watching, is they're giving geeks, nerds, or people that really love this stuff, and I'm just saying it in general, or just people that love fandom, a place to come and actually socialize and hang out with people and talk about this kind of stuff. Meet up at gatherings and actually party with them and talk about your favorite things. Talk about comic books. Talk about, DC's better than Marvel when it comes to reading and stuff like that. That's what this space allows us to do right here. And I'm loving this. It's very enjoyable. But let's get back to real life here real quick, since we like to talk about digital things and fake things. Let's go back to the real stuff. Mike, you said that you were somebody that was in high school production. I used to do high school production as well. We used to have this morning. They called it morning bell, where we'd have video production, actually do a video after the bell, and we used to watch us on TV. Actually, it was like a freaking old school setup, right? And
Yeah.
there was mixing boards. We had like stacked VHSs. So that's where I came from. And then I remember we used to do a lot of filming with plays. I used to have a VHS Panasonic telerecorder, like those big ass fucking cameras that took a VHS tape. Yeah, there you go. So that's the era from where I'm from. But let's hear a little bit about your backstory in video production, and also it looks like photography as well.
Yeah, I mean, I actually started in middle school. My middle school had that actual setup, and we would, I think I was looking for like a homeroom class, and my friend, the one you met, I've known him since I was like 6 years old, and we had actually separated schools, and then in middle school we kind of met up again, and his older brother had joined it, so I was like looking for a homeroom class because I came in like kind of late, and I was like, "Hey, I'll do that. Like, it looks easy for me." And turns out it wasn't as easy as I thought. There's like a whole thing you have to do. Like, we'd actually report the news. Um, so started doing that. Then in high school, they also had it was like a TV production slash film class, where I actually got to make videos and short films and stuff like that. Um, Kept doing that through all the way up to college. I was actually a film major in Cal State Long Beach, and did a few films in college. Was trying to get into that during, like during work, but I think it was like 2008 or 9 or something like that, when there was a writer strike, and it was a really bad writer strike in Hollywood. There was no work. So I had to pivot and started doing bit of photography because of that. Then I got into totally random, but culinary school. Finished culinary school, started working in the restaurant industry. Did that for a couple years until a friend of mine was like, "Hey, wait, what's going on?"
I said that my wife's head is spinning because now you're talking about food. I had to mute myself because the
Oh,
Filipinos are revving their engine. Sorry.
oh no, you're good, you're good. Sorry, I was like, did I go mute? Um, yeah, so I was doing cooking for a couple years till my friend told me like, "Hey, come be a second shooter for me at some wedding." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Like, I don't have a camera, but he let me borrow his, and spent a weekend doing that. It was really fun, and then like kind of started getting back into photography. This was like around 2016, and I've been doing that pretty much ever since.
So, in my younger years, I used to be a part of a paintball team, and then I was a ref for the MPBL before they went bankrupt. And so I used to go around the state and actually film for all of these competitions. And so, like, the filming was interesting because you'd have to take a JT Spectre mask, put it over the camera, put a drape over the camera so it doesn't get hit by paintballs, and then obviously you would get shot because it's hard not to be not seen with
Oh
a big
yeah, I
ass
could
camera,
imagine.
right? Yeah. But like you try doing that in the old school days with a VHS and then editing. I don't know. So how long was editing for you? So like a good example, and So like we had Collectors Gone Digital on the program last week Friday. So I actually showed them an old paintball video that I made from like 2000 using like MGI Video Wave and 5 stacked VCRs along with a mixing board. It took me a month to edit 10 minutes. One whole month. I don't know how long it took you. How long would it take you from back
Yeah,
in the day?
so I don't think it took me that long, but it was a bit of a challenge. It was probably like a 1 to 2 week thing. Um, Sometimes I guess it could take a month, but it was like the thing was that like when I was doing films, a lot of times we'd shoot something and then like we'd take a quick break because sometimes we'd realize, hey, we need to reshoot this, and we'd go back.
Yeah.
It was like it was actually pretty cool. So there was a group of us in college, and like we had like a little kind of little crew going where there was it was close to 20 of us at one point. We had people who were like, hey, I love thrift shopping and I can get you guys like entire set like clothes for your little films. And then we had people who were really talented with music and they'd create clips for us. So like I can't really say like, oh, it took this long, because for all I know the whole process might have taken a month, but like we'd be filming for like 2 3 months nonstop, like filming editing. It was really fun, like doing all that. But yeah, it was like what I do remember is that I'd have nightmares editing, because like I was using Final Cut Pro at the time, learning Premiere, and oh my god, like trying to learn the shortcuts, and then like you press something and it's like, hey, my whole video is muted. Why? And you don't know what you pressed, and then you're like, at the time, this was like early, like when I started doing it was like 2007 ish, and Google, YouTube, all that was still pretty new. It wasn't like you could find what you did less easily. Nowadays, like something that like got like, because like I use Photoshop now, and if I press something, I'm like, I look it up, and like some Redditor or some YouTuber did a video of something I did like 2 3 years ago, and he's like, you just have to press this, boom, quick quick fix, you move on. Back in the day, it was like doing whole research, like sometimes spending 2 3 days just trying to figure out the dumbest thing, and like, so like, yeah, I hated editing, like till this day. Like one of the things that like scares me the most of doing video is editing. Like I recently did a video about earlier this year. I did an engagement video, and like I told my client, like, just be aware, like I haven't done this in a long time, but he's like, don't worry about it, like we got
I'm
you, like.
rusty.
And I'm like, man, I feel bad like charging you for this. And I did it, and like the whole time I'm over here, like I was seeing so many mistakes, and then like I felt like it took me about a week and a half to do less than 2 minutes. And I was so stressed out. Like I wanted to like shrivel up in a corner and just cry and be like, why did I do this? And then like finally I have the guts to be like, I think this is the best I could do. I send it in, and like my heart's like racing because I'm like, he's gonna hate it.
It's
I
your
don't.
work.
Yeah, it's my work. I'm like, he is absolutely gonna be like, dude, like you're right. I shouldn't have paid you for this. And like, you have all these like dark thoughts in you, and then like
Yeah.
an hour later he sends me a message, and I almost don't want to look at it, and I'm like, and then I get another one from him like a few minutes later, and I'm like, oh, he's like eating me out, like just chewing me out. I mean, that sounded wrong. Pause.
I was like,
You know what I
Or
mean.
mute.
Yeah.
You gotta let it out, mute.
Yeah. But like I thought he was gonna be super upset, and then he just said, hey, I love this, and like he showed his girlfriend that, and she was like, I love this, and they posted it all over the place, and I was like, oh, thank God, because like I did not love it. But it did remind me, like, calm down, like it's not as serious, we're here having fun. And like that kind of brought that back, where I was like, I gotta stop being so like hard on myself sometimes, and just accept that, hey, your work's not as terrible as you think, and like
Nothing's
don't be.
perfect, right?
Yeah, nothing's perfect. But yeah, I almost did have a heart attack that day when I turned that in, and I saw that, like, one, it's like, why'd you take an hour to like write back to me, and then why'd you send like
Yeah.
two very like cryptic messages right after the other, and I'm
He's all with a
like,
cigarette. Look at his
Yeah.
phone. Right. I can relate with you. I can relate with you 100%. And I was wondering if Dee's like laughing in her head and looking at me because
I
like
am.
I beat myself up so much. And like, so let's rewind. So back in the 2000s, right? I had to make my own transition. We had no Final Cut Pro or any of that stuff. You had to make the stuff. An explosion, you didn't have AI. You didn't have anything predetermined.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, the Filipinos. I'll be right back.
Yeah, they're and then when I'm on mute, do you hear that? They're like backing up something and it's like 6:30 at night. Like what the fuck are you doing right now? Um anyways,
Sorry
um
about that.
yeah, there he's back.
Well, no,
No,
okay,
you're good.
so like so I live next to a bunch of Filipinos that they love to work on cars. Well, right now they're partying and their friends that have concrete trucks are out there. And they're literally listening to the truck beep. They're like yelling, "Bruh, back up so we can hear it beep." I don't know why. Maybe they put a new beeper on it, but that's what they're doing right now. So if that beeping is a bunch of drunk, I love them by the way. They're really cool neighbors. They just do some weird shit, you know. So
Beeping, okay.
yeah, they're literally out there like, bro, back up. You can hear it, right? You hear the beeping?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I don't
them
know if you guys can hear it, but
fucking around outside.
yeah.
Anyways,
It's a new truck on the block.
yeah, new truck on the block. But anyways, Squirrel, where was I?
You're talking about editing and producing.
If it ain't a baby crying, it's a beeping coming from D right there. But yeah, no.
I'm
Yeah, yeah.
backing
So
that thing up, man. Come on.
Ew.
pause. Um, what is it? Neighbors are the guests next week. Yeah, there better be, right? No, but like transitions took a while, so I had to literally like for my paintball video, I had to make my own transitions. So what I did because copyright wasn't as bad back then, as I used to take transitional explosions from different movies. And then I used to edit them, kind of like change the transparency and make them black and white so they kind of look like they were my own. But that's what I used to do. So like adding your own transitions, fade to black, just like adding certain areas where you're gonna have like vocabulary, verbiage, you're gonna have like a graphic pop up. That took forever. I think just mainly transitions took me about a good week and a half because I had to make them from scratch.
Yeah.
And so that took some time. I was a big fan of intros and outros. So like doing an intro and outro took about a week because, you know, very self-conscious, right? And then like putting it out. And I don't like to show people like my old work because I think it sucks ass because I had to make my own stuff. And the stuff back then wasn't cool. Like now, all the stuff you can do on your phone, and it only takes like 10 minutes, right? Like I don't know if you guys seen the little commercial I made for your live stream. It literally did it like while I was sitting on the couch with my phone, right? You can't, but back in the day, it took about a month. So yeah, I can totally relate where you're coming from. D, anything you want to add to this?
Yeah, and I think doing all that is kind of like a art. It's like a form of art, right? And like I see Hinano like slaving away while he's producing and editing like a video and stuff. And to me, like the person on the outside, I'm just like thinking to myself, well, why don't you just put this and this together in my head? And there you go. Like, how hard can that be? But, you know, when I actually see him, you know, behind the scenes, like doing certain things and getting like certain music that needs to line up with how this is like happening, you know, at the moment, I'm like, geez, like it takes like hours and yeah, and sometimes days, depending on how busy he is at his real life work. And you know, you don't really appreciate it because, or I don't really appreciate it until I see it because like I don't know how hard it is to like do all that. And yeah, he takes it really hard on himself. And he's like, he does like a video, for example, or like a little sneak peek of something, and then he's like, oh, watch it and see how it is, you know, before I put it out there. I'm like, okay. And it could be like, you know, a minute long. So he shows me and I'm like watching it and I'm like, you know, just vibing out. I'm like, wow, this is so cool. And like halfway through the video, he's already like, oh shit, like, oh man, I could have done this. Like, oh, did you see
I see
this part?
mistakes.
Like I see mistakes. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I don't see shit. Like this is good stuff, man. And he's like, no, like, don't you see? I'm like, no, dude, I really don't see it. Like, what are you talking about? But
It's probably better too that you don't see that and you're seeing it in the eyes of like someone who isn't like super technical with that stuff, because like me and my friend, we're both very like that and we show each other stuff. And you don't like the amount of times where like he shows me something and I say something like, oh, you know what, the video was great, but here's like this 2-second clip in the middle of the video that you might want to change. And he's like I'm like, what? And he's like, you're gonna make me go back and do some. And then he does that to me too, where I show him something and he tells me like, oh, wait, just edit this and do this thing. And I'm like, dude, you realize this took me like 30 minutes to do, and like now I'm going to go back and like spend another 10 minutes. I mean, it's not as bad as it used to be, but
Mhm.
like just that like ugh, like how dare you? You know, like I thought this was okay finally, and like you know,
Shut
like
up.
I've gotten that look from Hinano so many times. Like, for me, it's like, oh my god, seriously? For me, it's like, I swear they know when I'm talking. For me, it's like grammar. Like I need things to like be spelt the way they're supposed to be spelt, especially if you're putting something out there for the whole world to see. So if I notice something like Hinano like put an apostrophe where it's not supposed to be, or he's missing the S, and I'm like watching till the end, I'm like, should I tell him or just let it go? But I'm like, kids, if it's obvious, I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, you forgot this little quotation. He's like, fuck, like, oh man, okay. Then he has
Well,
to like go back and like redo it.
the worst is when the product's out there and it was actually reviewed, right? And
Yeah.
the quality control missed something. Like last week for Collectors Gone Digital, I fucked up his name. I messed up his name. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I miss that? I watched that thing like 500 times. Actually, no, not 500 times. I literally made it 10 minutes before he came on. So I watched it like once or twice, right? I'm like, I don't see nothing. I tell D, watch it. Nah, she doesn't see nothing. And as soon as the stream's over, I go watch it back. I'm like, look, I screwed up his name. How do I mess up Josh?
Yeah.
So, by the way, I know you're watching Collectors Gone Digital.
Yeah, he's in here
Appreciate you.
somewhere, unless he's
Yeah.
sleeping. But
But yeah, no, we're all critical on ourselves, and like I said, I can totally relate where you're coming from, especially when it comes from the video production side. And like, there's sometimes where you're like, damn, this is the best shit I've ever made, and all of a sudden you do have a friend that comes out after, you didn't do this and you fucked that up, right? And then you're like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? What?
yeah.
Why did I miss that, right? Everyone else saw it but me, right? So it is what it is.
yeah,
But
it's a lot of talent out there, and that'll be cool to see. Some videos, or any kind of production that you've done, because you said you've done some already. Is there? No, you don't want to see it. You don't want to show
No.
it.
No, I wouldn't even begin to know where it is. Like, there used to be a YouTube channel that hosted, a friend of mine did it, and they had all our videos, but I'm like not really in touch with them anymore.
Oh,
And like I don't even want to bother looking for it because I know how bad it was. Yeah, shout out to Bluebeard. Bluebeard is my friend that I'm talking about.
okay.
Nas met him. But yeah, so like they were so bad and embarrassing. And like I recently found my portfolio to DVD, but it's so scratched up. I was trying to play it the other day because I was like, let's see the damage of like how embarrassed like I'm gonna be. Like let's, and it never played, thankfully. So I'm like, okay, like it's I have it here somewhere. But I'm like, I just no, I know it's bad. Like maybe if I do new things in the near future, like I might be like, hey guys, check that out. But it'll probably be like wedding stuff because right now, I'm looking to do like right now I do mostly engagement, elopement photography, but it's not like
oh
in a courthouse. It's like we go out to like Joshua Tree National Park, Yosemite National Park,
Oh.
like Sedona and up in Oregon and stuff like that. And it's
yeah.
like typically these are like very small weddings with like no more than like the biggest ones are like 15 people. And what
Oh.
I want to do is like a lot of times it requires hiking, it requires getting like dirty, doing like being out in nature.
Yeah.
So
Props.
I,
You need to do it props.
What's up?
You deal with props?
Not so much. And if it's anything, it'll be like maybe an umbrella or like a bouquet of flowers, things like that. Nothing too
Yeah.
crazy. So
Mhm.
I wanna do for my clients those types of videos. So it would be creating stories, doing that with them. Um, I think I could handle that now versus like the stuff we were doing back in the day, which was like my dumbest video was probably like um this was before I was a big fan of Tenacious D and like Jack Black and stuff.
Mhm.
So like I don't know if you guys have seen like his earlier stuff, but it's super ridiculous. It's dorky as hell and it's so
Tenacious
stupid,
D?
but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucking teamwork. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen it.
so that was me like throughout most of high school and college. And like just doing stuff like that. Like I think the last video I did, I was like I wrote a script and I found and then I burned it because I'm like, this is so bad. Where I was like, it was like some high school kid who like was trying to find like become like the greatest guitar player in the world, and like I was gonna play that kid, and like I sucked ass at playing guitar, and then like I found similar to like the Tenacious D movie, The Pick of Destiny,
Mhm.
but worse. And I was just like, oh my god, what was I thinking? Like this is trash, and like I had to burn that, and like thankfully it was never finished or completed because it was really embarrassing, and it was like me like doing like like singing randomly, and like it was just so bad,
Like the
and I'm
Jack
like
Black stance.
Yeah.
yeah, and I was like and I was like this super skinny scrawny kid trying to do that, so it just looked so ridiculous.
Oh, that's cool, man. Tenacious D, that is old school
That's
right
old
there.
school.
Yeah.
I think you were introduced to them when you first started dating me, D, because I had their entire soundtrack that I would play in the truck all the time.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I know
yeah,
you and your friends used to like say stuff for me. I'm like, what the heck are they talking about? Because that wasn't really like my genre back then. But now I'm like open to everything and anything. There there is a question in the chat from Richard. He's asking if you use drones, like when you're doing your photography. I'm assuming that's what he's asking.
Oh, no, because most parks ban them. We had my friend had
oh,
gotten a drone,
Oh.
and yeah, they're banned. Even you can't even do it with a permit anymore. And I'm pretty sure there's a workaround to that, but I just like once you start adding these things, they cost a lot of money, and it's like a lot of the clients that I get are already like spending the money on this event thing, and I don't think they're gonna be like, yeah, let's do another like 2-3 thousand for a permit that
Mhm.
might not even get approved or something. So it's like it would be cool to do drones. Like early when drones first started being a thing, like a lot of people were doing drones and doing some really cool shots, but now you have to do them outside the parks.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
you were saying so now you do more of the elopement slash engagement type of photography. How come you went into that route? Was it like more controlled? Because like if you were to do a wedding, it tends to be like a lot more bigger kind of an event.
It's because I'm shy.
You're shy.
I'm very shy, and like I'm not that great at talking to people, and like for me weddings and that was very overwhelming. I'm not
Mm.
like that anymore. Like I'm a lot better, and I'm pretty good at like taking control. Like people typically call me now, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna plan out your whole wedding right now. Even if it's like a regular wedding or whatever. But back in the day, it was like I I'm still like before meeting people, especially in person, I tend to have like mini heart attacks, and I'm like, all right, like, and I do deep breathing exercises before like I step on out and like introduce myself and like create this whole persona, like like hey, I'm Mike, blah blah blah, and like trying to be cool and stuff. But like
Yeah.
as soon as I step back, I'm over here like my heart, like so much interaction. So it's kind of so with elopements, it's kind of like with us right here where it feels very personal. We're talking with there's 4 people on here getting to know each other. It's not as like
yeah.
crazy. um so that's kind of what that felt like. And also I'm a very big person when it comes to like hiking and nature and stuff.
Mm.
Everyone in LA claims to be that way, but like half the time when I invite them to go on an actual hike, they like flake out on me. Um, yeah, like I'm not talking about doing Runyon Canyon, guys. Like that's not a hike. That's the hike everybody in Hollywood goes and does because it's by the Hollywood sign somewhere around there, and like yeah, it's not the same thing.
That's not a real
So yeah,
hike.
so like I realized a couple years ago that there were people who were very outdoorsy who wanted to get married in the outdoors with just them and their significant other and have
Mm,
pictures taken and sometimes have very small like weddings and stuff. So I was like, this is perfect for me. Like it fits my personality. I get along with these people. I usually have a lot more to talk about because we're either a talking about hiking trails or things I actually like in nature, or I tend to like prod now and I'm like, so do you guys like Marvel? Or do you guys like Star Wars? I find something, one thing or the other. I always poke at them until I find like what they're into, and then I'm kind of that person that knows a little bit about everything,
mm,
and if I don't, then I just find one topic that they're interested. Like usually there's that spark where I'm like, "So what do you do?" "Yeah, I just work." I'm like, "Ah, that's not it." At some point it clicks and like I see like a smirk on their faces and I'm like, "That's what they want to talk about." And then I ask them about that and then it's just like let them talk about it as much as they want. And next thing you know, like we're best friends and like we had a great session and we go home and we're all happy.
yeah.
And it's a lot easier to do that than to like deal with like entire weddings with like mom, dad, brother, sister, best friend, and
Too
so
many
on and so
moving
on.
parts.
Yeah,
Mm,
like 300-400 people, it gets crazy. I'll do it, but it's just
You like
my
that personal
preference
touch,
is
makes it a little bit easier for
yes,
you.
exactly.
yeah. Makes it more intimate than yeah, so for you to come on and talk with us, that's like that means a lot to us. For you to come out and because you're essentially, on the internet where everybody can see, just to let you know, you're showing your face. So
I don't know.
yeah, that takes a lot sometimes for someone to be comfortable enough to show their face. So yeah, I appreciate that. And I think that kind of goes in hand with like these meetups, the VV meetups that you've done. It started off small and then you get comfortable with certain people, and then the more you go out to other events, they tend to get bigger, the when we have more people join the community. And so it's kind of like you're slowly practicing to like just fully come out. And so I think props to you for even showing your face on here. So I
Yeah.
just wanted to say that. Yeah, that's
Yeah, well, I really
awesome on you.
appreciate you guys having me too. Like when you reached out, I was like, me, why? Like I don't know
We
what I
wanted
have
to
to
talk
say.
to you, dude. We've actually wanted to talk. We didn't get to talk to you in Vegas, but we did get to talk with you, or I remember talking with you in 2022.
Yeah.
But yeah, but in Vegas, and Vegas was even kind of harder too because I think we had so much exclusivity with our own groups that we were kind of just sticking to our own groups. I mean, like, I don't know how much people were in the mansion, but at one time we had like 20 people, and I'm like, man, there's a lot of, and then my big problem is once I start getting into a group, I'll lock in and stay there for a very long time and then
Yeah.
slowly move around.
Yeah,
So,
it does become overwhelming. Like you're already meeting, like what I tell people, because like a lot of people tell me constantly, you don't remember me, and I'm like, dude, the thing is, like just this week, for example, I met like 10 different people because of my work. And I'm like, I am sorry, but like it is very hard for me to remember every single thing about every single person. So when like if I'm in a group, I'll tend to stick to like a few people because now I remember their name, I see their faces, I remember, it's a little more personal. Once I get comfortable with them, then I'll move to the next group and so on. And it helps with like especially like me who becomes very easily overwhelmed. Like if I become overwhelmed, I start shutting down and I'll like go into a little corner and like, or you'll find me outside somewhere and I'll just be like there by myself. And I'm just like kind of like trying to calm down because it just,
you need a break.
I need a break. Yeah. So doing that helps. So I understand where like that comes from, but stick to, the people who you're kind of with. And then, little by little, you introduce a person here and there and like, it's not as overwhelming, and also you get to have better interactions with them. Like you get to actually connect with those people.
Yeah. But then again, you know, you can always connect with people on the internet like this. And that's why I'm really stoked you came on, because you are an individual in the community that we've always wanted to get on to talk. And you're finally here. Fro, bro, you've been very quiet. Is there anything that you'd like to ask Mike?
Mm. No, I've just been absorbing, brother. You know, like it's interesting, like what Mike does for, you know, on the side for a living, and like all the he's got his hands in all the cookie jars, man. That's cool.
All the cookie
Um,
jars.
yeah. I do want to say I understand what you're talking about with drones, only because I'm in commercial real estate, and I hired this drone operator at least a month out, and I go, hey, look, dude, I'm gonna need your services. I need you to drone up here. We got 30 acres for you to fly through, and get all your permits done. He has to get in contact with like the FAA, I want to say, and let them know that his drone will be in the air, so no other planes or helicopters will be in the air at the same exact time. So he's got to get approval from them before we fly, and then when he does, I have him for like a couple of hours, and it is expensive, dude. It's like, you know, it's not like, you know, hey, I'll give you $50. Like, no, dude, his drones are like $5,000 to like $10,000 each, right? And the dude brings like 3 or 4 of them because, and that, and plus like 30 battery packs, and you know the packs go out quick, and we don't stop until I'm satisfied, and we can go for a couple hours, and he's like, you know, and I'll get his advice. I'm like, hey, like, dude, what do you think is the best shot in the morning, in the evening, dusk, dawn? I've done them both where we're up there at 5 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. So getting those shots for those weddings, man, if they are willing to just fork out the cash, it makes a beautiful, lasting memory. I mean, you only get, you know, like one shot, right?
Yeah.
So I totally get it what you're saying, and and the reason why the parks don't allow that anymore is because there were drones that do crash, and the battery packs are super hot, and boom,
Yeah.
it's instant fire, bro. I've
Oh,
seen it,
I
and
see.
I'm like, now I know why. I totally understand. Like, it's not because they don't want us to look for Sasquatch or Bigfoot or anything. It's because it's going to be boom, instant combustion.
They don't want a disaster on their hands.
Yeah,
Exactly,
exactly.
right. So yeah, I totally get it. And when you're talking about that, I'm like, dude, I exactly know why. It's because of this, this, and this. And a lot of people don't understand that because there's so much red tape behind it. And but when it does happen, and if your clients do go for that drone shot, kind of like he's coming in and boom, it takes off, and then the sun's setting or the sun's rising, dude, it's
Yeah,
like,
I've
you
seen
know,
those shots and they're absolutely beautiful. But again, like my biggest thing is like dealing with all that red tape, and then like I've even
hmm
thought of doing it with like different places, but then you have like, hey, guess what? In this city, you got to go through this, but in this other city right next to it, you got to go through this other thing. So yeah, like you're saying real
exactly.
estate, I'm like, oh, I know what you're dealing with.
Oh,
Like
dude.
whoever your drone dude is, like that's why you have to specialize in things because if you're like, hey, I'm gonna do drones and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do video and I'm gonna do this other thing, you're literally becoming the expert in that. And like, I I know because like when you're doing that, you have to learn every law about this. You have to. It takes
hmm
months of research for you to become that expert on that. And like, I know some people do spread out, but you have to like at least with me, I have to do things in steps, especially because a lot of this it's just me and my friend. Sometimes it's just me and
hmm
like there's not really other people that I work with like that. So if I ever do want to get somebody else, I have to make sure that they're an expert in that one thing, so that they know what the laws are, they know what the best shots are, they know how they've experimented with that. Otherwise, if I'm doing it myself, that's time and money that I spend on learning all these things. And while we can get those great shots, it's just like, can I afford to spend 2 3 months
hmm
just getting that shot and then doing the free shoots that you have to like with me like right now for example I'm looking to spread towards a little more towards like the Midwest, and so maybe next year I might have to plan a trip out there. I have a couple parks in mind, and this is literally going to be like a couple week trip where like it's just going to be me like going out there, putting up ads and saying, "Hey, I'm offering free photos so that I can have this in my portfolio, so I can offer the service to you in these locations." And
Mhm.
that's all that, like, it's going to be a whole thing. Then I have to learn marketing, like how am I going to market to these locations? Because while it might be similar to what I'm doing in California, people might look at different keywords in those areas and things like that. So that's all, like, that's the whole thing. So yeah, like, I get where you're coming from.
No, I totally understand. And the drone operator that I use, he came from Nevada, and he was doing stuff out for big companies out in Nevada, Las Vegas, because it's a ton of money out there, right?
Yeah.
So to get licensed in Nevada, well, you got to get relicensed in California to operate those drones. And he shows up with these suitcases that look like they've got like the codes to, like, the nuclear bombs, right? He flips them open. I'm like, what's going on? And boom, there's all these drones. I'm like, dude, how much is this? And he tells me, and I'm like, this is why I pay you what I pay you. You do what you do. And it takes a lot of time and effort. So if you're going to go out there to, like, the Midwest, just get with a drone operator. If you could find one that is licensed in that state and knows their laws, know their FFA rules,
Yeah.
and you get that beautiful shot, man. You get that shot, then you get the chef's kiss every freaking time, dude. So
Yeah. Right now I have a guy who he's just starting off, and he does Joshua Tree. Or the outside of Joshua
mm,
Tree, but he's just starting off, and, like, he's barely building his portfolio. And I told him recently, you know what, like, it might not be a bad idea to, like, partner with you. We're still working out, like, the details and stuff, because he's like, it's not his, like, only job. He does he like has a full-time job and everything, but we're, like, trying to, like, set something up with him so we can get those shots, because he's really sorry, my cat's being annoying.
Okay.
He's like, pet me. There you go.
In the Batman voice, though, right?
Pet me.
We
I
love
actually
cats here.
Pause. Wait, pause.
I made her this, but it didn't fit her.
Oh, that's badass, dude. No
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
way.
cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it
That's
didn't
cool.
fit her. It was too small. And she hated it. Absolutely hated it. But yeah, like, I get that. Like, I'm probably gonna try that at some point.
yeah, for sure, man. Definitely do it. It's all about planning. Like, before I do a drone shot, it's at least a week and a half out. The dude's got to get clearance with the FFA to
Yeah.
make sure there are no helicopters, planes going by, and then what time in the morning. We show up extra early. We look at the time the sun rises or the sun sets. Like, I've done drone shots where the sun is setting, and it's like
Yeah.
$1 million shot, dude. And I've got, like, people flying up from all parts of the states that are, looking for that one shot. And dude, I know nothing about it. I don't know, and I'm not gonna pretend to know, but I know the people that do, and they do it real well. And it costs a lot more for that, extra money shot, but I mean, it's well worth it. So if you can get your, in contact with someone that can hook you up, dude, you'd be, like, taking off, man. You separate yourself from the rest that are still trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah,
Basically, what I'm saying. So
Yeah, that's
hopefully,
something I'm
like,
definitely gonna look into.
Yeah, my cousin, he's a photographer over here, and he goes for the money shot. And so I remember the one time he actually he sacrificed his drone at the volcano, like to get
Oh,
close.
yeah.
Yeah, and so he has, like, one of the best shots where he's going through the lavas and everything. But yeah,
That
it melted his
explosion.
drone, and he
Yeah.
lost it. But he got the money shot,
It's
and he got
beautiful.
I think he got, like, a good 4 minutes before the drone died out and fell into the lava. So
that
Yeah.
heat. Oh, fun fact: in the video tonight, Hinanu, the drone flyby, that was from a cut of one of my videos that I had paid the drone guy to do.
really, okay,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah. So I tried to use all original footage and not, because of the copyright thing. I was telling D I don't want to get hit. I don't
No.
want to
So
get hit. I
the
don't want to
only
see
thing
that
that
idea.
gets us is the audio. If you can use visuals, it's the
Right.
audio that really screws us all the time. So, but
Okay.
you know what?
Yeah.
It has been an hour and 50 minutes, guys. I think it's
What?
time to debut the video. But we wanted to really have this conversation with you, Mike, and we really appreciate you giving us your time. We've learned a lot about you. We'd love to have you come back on whenever you feel like it, because this has just been really good conversation. But before we end it with you, how about we take an intermission, everyone, and let's watch Anonh and Fro's video. Before we do that, though, guys, let me show you what we're giving away tonight. We're going to be giving away this Cryptoys Darth Vader. This was donated by someone, and this person wanted to remain anonymous. So thank you to the anonymous person who
Thank you,
donated
Anonymous.
this Cryptoy right here, as well as you're also going to be going for this Kid Arcade exclusive light parade of Luke Skywalker, who was also donated by Atem. So shout out to Atem. This was donated from him. And then lastly, right here, someone will be winning a slab that was created by Davo. And this is basically a representation of both Dee, myself, and our daughter. This is our favorite comic book hero. So obviously that's me with Batman in my hat right there, Dee with Wonder Woman. And then my daughter who loves the character Punchline. So basically someone is going to win this first place, second, and third. And this is basically coming from the podcast, and these are donated gifts, as well as Mike, you're going to get one of these slabs, and you're also going to get this McFarlane Toys digital black and purple Batman.
Oh,
right?
beautiful.
Oh, dude, I didn't even know that was out in McFarlane. That looks badass.
It's going to your wallet tonight, my friend. So big congrats to you. Thank you for coming on the
Dang,
podcast
Mike.
and hanging out. So yeah, you're going to get
That
this
was
mic as
nice.
well as one of these slabs, which gets you utility into our Discord. And then also we will talk about the Omi Homie hat right here, the Omi Army hat from Kryptoni. And then I will have Fro kind of talk to us a little bit about how he wants to give this away after the video. But you guys, it's time for the video. So before we start that, Fro, give us one more description on what we're about to watch for the people in the back room who just showed up.
You're gonna watch pretty much a shit show. It's so bad. I'm
We love
sorry.
shit shows.
2 minutes of your life you're never going to get back. It's so horrible. I apologize in advance, but the only I'll say is hopefully you laugh, and it's Friday. It's Aloha Friday. Hopefully you laugh and be like, Fro is an idiot. He's such an idiot that he makes us laugh. But that's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything else. And I know.
Well, you're not an idiot. And shout out to you, and shout out to also Anonh. It's my understanding it's the Fro Brothers production. Is that right?
So Anon's come up with this production company he like to call Fro and Bro Productions, right?
Fro and Bro Productions. Okay.
Yeah, and all the credit goes to him, 99.9%, because I'm keeping that 0.1% of me in the tree. That's it. The rest goes to him. Like I take no credit for this. My brother Anonh, he is like he's got that vision, man. He's got the vision. He makes like this stuff turn into gold. And when we're out shooting, he'll scout locations. We're drinking whiskey. He'll think of stuff. So none of this would be possible without him, because he is the director, the producer. He's the magic that makes everything happen. I'm just a dude in a wig. You can put anybody in a wig, but it's all him, man. Like Anonh knows, right? He's very humble. He won't say anything. He literally would just stay. He's like the fly on the wall in the room. He just wants to hang out and just watch people enjoy themselves, people laugh. That's where he gets his like fulfillment, right? Like as long as people enjoy it and laugh, that's all he needs, right? But yeah, so this is his brainchild, right? He come up with this, and it's so bad. I'm sorry,
And
guys.
you're the star of the show, my friend. And shout out to Anonh that's in the chat right now. Everyone go say hi to him. He is the mastermind behind this video that we're about to see. And I got to tell you, Fro, A lot of
I'm the
the
guinea pig.
scenes in here can be made as gifs. I can tell you that right now.
It's already started. It's already started. I've already.
Man.
Oh God, it's so bad. Anon's. Yeah, it's so bad. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's both of you guys. It's both of you guys. But you know what, everyone? I think everyone has waited long enough, you guys. It's the world premiere of Anonh and Fro's video right here, guys.
Let's go.
Enjoy.
In this premiere episode, Professor Fro ventures deep into the heart of the Appalachian Mountains in search of an elusive VV digital collectible. Join us as we follow Fro on his thrilling quest in this episode of VV Monster Hunter.
Let's go. Move. It's been 3 long days. No food. No water. We don't find a water source spoon, we're gonna die out here in this wilderness. You hear that? Sounds like hammering.
What you got, man?
I found good covering. Get down. You can see us.
3 hours later.
All right, we gotta move. Oh. I think I see movement. I'll be right back.
7 hours later.
Regrettably, the premiere episode turned out to be the series finale. Fro was unable to continue filming due to unexpected circumstances. Anonh, however, is doing just fine.
Bravo.
Oh Jesus! Okay.
7 hours later.
You see the things you make me do.
The best was the leaves when you're walking, right? Like, you guys had to have made that noise, right? Like, all the leaves.
He literally scouted that location and walked through all the leaves. He goes, all right, this is the spot because it makes the most noise, right? And so we shot right there. And I'm like, pick the smallest bush of all the whole forest. We picked
What
the
you
smallest
got, man?
bush. What you got, man? I found good covering. There's no covering there. It's like it's grass. It's so small. It's so bad.
Well, okay, you know, in Hawaii, we like to say hana ho.
Hana ho.
Let's roll it again.
In this premiere episode, Professor Fro ventures deep into the heart of the Appalachian Mountains in search of an elusive VV digital collectible. Join us as we follow Fro on his thrilling quest in this episode of VV Monster Hunter.
Let's go. Move. It's been 3 long days. No food. No water. We don't find a water source spoon, we're gonna die out here in this wilderness. You hear that? Sounds like hammering.
What you got, man?
Get down, get down. I found good covering. Get down. You can see us.
3 hours later.
All right, we gotta move. We gotta move. Oh. I think I see movement. I'll be right back.
7 hours later.
Regrettably, the premiere episode turned out to be the series finale. Fro was unable to continue filming due to unexpected circumstances. Anonh, however, is doing just fine.
Oh man, my favorite line out of the whole thing is "What you got, man?" from Anonh. Which you guys get the little bush.
I love when he's in the tree and he's like, "Fuck, babe." That's all you hear.
Yeah, that is a gift right there, everyone. Make that a gift, please. So,
That's awesome.
oh,
dead.
man.
I'm so dead. The dude. Oh my god.
I just want to say the commitment of like doing this and waiting 3 hours and 7 hours. I don't know how you guys did it for that long.
That night vision gets it all the time. Like it literally. You see how like I literally walked past his branch, and I made an effort to turn around and push the branch out of the way when we've already walked past it.
Yeah. Jesus. Right? No, the best was like I loved Anon's little tiny lines and the bushes, like or the leaves. Like you guys were walking the leaves, right? You guys made those sounds, right? Because that's a lot of leaves, man.
Those aren't bushes. That was a shrub. That was like a tiny ass shrub.
Yeah.
The smallest one. Like there's a bazillion to pick from. We're like in wilderness, right? Like, oh, it's so bad.
Electra. That was good. What do you think of Mike? Your critique right here.
Come on, Mike. What do you got, Mike?
That was exactly what I would have done in high school. Like, not even joking. I was like, oh my god, this is exactly my videos. Like the little bush thing. That's like my type of comedy, like the random Electra. Like, oh god, I was like, did he really just say Electra? Why don't I have an Electra? Like, it made me question life. Like, I need to get an Electra now. Like that's it. I'm sold. And like,
and she wasn't even in the video.
She wasn't in the video. Like, that's another thing. I was expecting her to be in the video. Like, she needs to do a cameo next time, dude.
I seen you also use the new hat, by the way. I love the new digs that you got on the wig. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. The ratings are gonna go up now.
Bro. You see how like the Awus were surrounded by the hat? They picked it up and put it on the tree to give it respect. So it wasn't on the ground. It was on the tree. So good. Anonh thinks of everything. I swear that dude. Like if Hollywood just give him a shot, a lot of those semi-decent producers would be out of business. Like I swear, the dude thinks of everything. Like he'll sit down, you see his brain going, and he's like, "Fro, got this idea." And the first thing in my mind, I'm thinking is, "Fuck, not again, man!" Like what? like how many times I gotta fall out of a tree? Like how many times, right? That fall was real. I got hurt.
Had to drag our feet.
We did. That was his thing. He's like, "Hey, Fro, you go through. You gotta just drag your feet. I want to hear those sounds." Nope, not good enough. Let's do it again. Dude, this is the 30th shot.
Drag louder.
Yeah.
Quit crying. Like, your feelings hurt, Fro? fuck me. Like, for real?
So that was
Whoever
you being
takes.
realistic on the tree. Beep beep. So
Dude, like, I was really like, fuck, dude, not again. Like, for real? Like, oh,
oh yeah, there we
so,
go. Is there a prequel? Can we see you running up the tree?
there's so many outtakes from that one, from the whole 2 minute shot. It really should have been like a 45-minute video.
Oh, we need a blooper video
Um,
now.
Yeah, there
oh,
you go.
it's
Yes,
coming, Mike. It's coming. Like, it's gonna be so horrible. It's so bad.
I want to let you
It's gonna
know
be-
that these type of videos is really, really healthy for our community because everybody gets so serious on price go up or the app sucks or you know what I mean. You're fudding this and that, so this is a really nice fresh of breath air that all 190 people watching right now can at least take a breather and say, "Oh, that was funny." So yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to you, Anon. I know you like to hide in the back, although Anon is pretty much a socialist when you see him in real life. But yeah, really great video. Congrats, brother. And this was really cool. Both of you guys. What about you, D? What do you think?
Yeah, I loved it. Very funny, and yeah, it's just stuff that we need. And I wonder if you like put them in your highlights on your page. That way, if people need, just to pick me up, they can go to that and click on your videos you've done and just get a laugh for the day or something, brighten up their day. Hilarious
yeah,
Fro and Bro production. That's what it's called, right? Fro and Bro
yeah,
company. Fro Bro.
yeah. He's totally the mastermind. Like, he thinks of everything. Like, he thinks of it before I think of it, and before I even say anything, he finishes his sentences, and I'm like, dude,
You're
what do you
committed
need
now.
me for? Like, what do you need me for?
What do you mean?
Get
He needs you for
anybody
the acting.
Yeah.
in the wig.
Yeah.
And the wig, yeah.
You're the unfortunate individual.
That's
Yeah,
what
nice
younger
weekend.
brothers do, right? They just
That's
whatever
the
older
lead,
brother
bro.
tells them. Yeah. Older brother's like, dude, I'm gonna need you to do this, and I'm just like, dude, can I finish my coffee first? No, put it down. It's go
Yeah.
time.
It's a respect thing, right? You gotta do that, right? So let's go, you guys. That was good stuff, you guys. And I'm assuming that they'll be able to catch the replay on the timeline tomorrow. I'm pretty sure you guys will release this on your guys' profiles, or you guys can catch the replay on this as well. Really appreciate you guys debuting these videos here. I think this is like your third or fourth. Both D and I appreciate it, and we don't know why you guys do it. But we thank you for it because I know a lot of the community really enjoy these little snippets. And like you always said before, Fro, when we first had you on here, you were the second guest. You like to give people a chuckle. So I think you guys did it in strides. So shout out to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, massive
Thank
shout
you.
outs to you and your brother, Anon, for putting it all together, all the, the retakes and editing and all that good stuff to give us,
What
some
you got,
laughs on
man?
this Aloha Friday. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for that. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. 99% him, 1% me. Like, it's the next video that's coming out. We're gonna drop more Kryptoni hats. We have more Kryptoni hats to give away, and they come with utility. Look how gorgeous that looks. Oh my god, that's gorgeous, right? And you get utility.
Can I
So
enter?
Yeah, how do we get to?
I don't have one. I
I'm
need to
trying to get a
enter.
physical hat. Kryptoni, how do I get a physical hat? I will
It's
pay.
so good. It's so good. Yeah, he reached out to me, and I bought one of those. I bought the physical, and then I received the digital, and it's metaverse ready, by the way. So it goes into any of the metaverses. And he sent me, a bunch to give away, and I'm dropping them here on the Real Uncommon podcast, Aloha Fridays, every time we drop another video. So look at that. Cabbage Gang, 100%. Utility. It comes with utility. So
So how do
yeah,
you want to give
thank you
these
for
away,
coming.
Fro? What is
I-
Go ahead.
I'm gonna leave it up to you. Hinano.
Okay. Well, let's see. We're gonna run. How about we do this? We'll run our giveaway first, and then we'll change the hashtag for the people that actually were able to stay, that actually stayed throughout the whole thing, and we'll have them enter a new hashtag. How's that?
I love it. Love it.
All right. So, guys, we're at the tail end almost of the program. I want to thank Mike for coming on. And don't worry, Mike, we'll get you when you get back here. But once more, for one more time, we'll show everybody what we're giving away here tonight. So, this was donated by a community member. This Cryptoys Darth Vader right here. This is the first prize we're giving away from the podcast and the community. Second place is this, and I think this looks really great, by the way. This
Yeah.
Light Parade exclusive.
That looks amazing.
Yeah.
Luke Walker, you can't get these. I think he only made a limited amount, and so Atem actually donated, and it's going to go to one of you lucky people in the crowd, and then also somebody is going to get our Real Uncommon podcast slab that also has utility in our Discord, and also Mike's going to get one of these. So first, second, third, I'll give you guys 1 minute to enter, and then we'll run these giveaways. Also, once more, again, Mike, you're going to get this blue and purple Batman from McFarlane Toys Digital, along with also a slab as well, for coming on the podcast. We really appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much.
Of course. D, final questions for Mike, or Mike, actually, before D has the final question, any questions for us? We like to, at the tail end, ask the guests to ask us any questions. If you have any questions for any of us, go for it, man.
Yeah, like I'm curious when you guys are gonna make it back to the mainland, or when there's gonna be like a Hawaii meetup. That would be super cool too. Like I would probably be willing to go to that. Yeah, like I've never been to Hawaii, so like I am super excited. Like I had a friend who used to live in Hawaii back in the day, and like he always told me, "Oh, come through." Like it's not the same as like going with like just going to like see the touristy stuff. So like
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that would be an experience, like doing something like that. Super fun, like actually knowing people out there, and like doing some with the VV fam. But yeah, like if you guys curious when you guys are trying to set something up like that.
So we definitely have been talking about that. And I think we're all kind of waiting for the cycle to kind of end to really plan something like that, if you know what I'm saying. But it's definitely in the cards. And yes, we're definitely going to include you in the conversation. And so to kind of give you an example on what I was telling the biggest bro, there are things that we can do. We can rent beach houses over here where we could house everybody. There's also campgrounds where we can reverse my truck right to the water. Like you can literally put the tailgate down, have a beer. And by the way, the cops here, they do their job, but they don't want to. So the idea is don't let them do their job, right? That's pretty much the it's a quiet rule here.
Don't give them a reason to.
Don't give them a reason, and they won't have a reason. They don't like writing tickets because that means they got to do more work. So, and when they do write tickets, it's at the end of the month when they're trying to get speeders because it's a quick and easy way to do it, right? So, yeah, there's a system here and how it works. But needless to say, camping trips, volcano, yes, we have snow here. It is possible to snowboard and then go surfing, although I wouldn't do it because of the altitude sickness. You could get the bends, but it is possible. There's stuff like that. See, so D and I, we live more on the nature island. So if you want to get out and about, check out like caves, coves, diving, sailing, the volcano, snow up in the mountain, just to say that you could, like, you went to Hawaii and it was snowing. Yeah, that's on our island. Now, if you want to like go and party and do all that, we can do that as well.
Yeah, I'm all about the nature stuff. Like I love that type of stuff. That's why I'm like, oh, this sounds so exciting.
Well, on top of that, you guys could also meet our friends. So we would introduce you our real friends. And if it's anything like Ninja Karaoke, I think you guys would get along with our Hawaii friends because they're similar like D and I. In fact, you might have too much fun with them to where, yeah, you remember the hangover on Sunday? It would be a week. So that's what you have to look forward to here. And we're going to plan that. Definitely. Now,
That's going to be great.
To answer his question about the next meetup, I'll let D answer that question.
Our next meetup, so we are planning to come out next year. So there's DCon and also New York Comic Con. So we really want to, we have never been to New York. I haven't been to the East Coast, anywhere past Vegas. Hinano's been to Texas, but I think that's the furthest you've been, right, Hinano?
What,
Um,
Texas?
yeah, in the mainland.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so we really want to attend New York Comic Con. We just got to kind of figure it out. And if it works out, we also want to go to DCon because it was so much fun in Vegas. And I know that's going to be like, I think it's going to be like more, like kind of more low key than like a Comic Con where it might be like really like too busy and we won't be able to like, do everything that we want to do with, everybody. But yeah, we'll see. That's what we're planning. So we just need our bags to pump and to the moon, and
Well,
then let's fucking go.
that would be helpful. But even if our bags didn't pump, we can still do it. It's just that logistically, because we have a baby, we got to figure that part out. Now I'm going to be honest. I've never been to New York, so that's the whole reason I want to go. I also want to meet Doctor Strange for the first time in real life. See
Yeah.
Dave for the first time in real life, and
Well,
whoever
again.
else is. Well, yes, but I mean, like in his own neck of the woods, right?
Yeah.
And whoever else is in New York as well. There's a flurry of people. You got John. I think also Dr. Rolex. He's in Florida, but I'm assuming he comes up and stuff like that. So,
Ooh.
and I wouldn't mind checking out Vivi's party. Now, realistically, Vegas is a lot more easier for us logistically. Not to mention, I just had such a great time hanging out in Kid Arcade's neighborhood. I mean, like, I'm more of the streets type of person. Not that I'm saying that arcade is
Ew.
streets, but it just kind of felt that way, right? It's like I'm more of that kind of person. I'm not really into the glam and glitz. I don't have a VV Gold logo, so I wouldn't be able to go to those kind of parties either. So yeah, the VV Decon, if Decon will be in Vegas now going forward, and Arcade does this every year, I think ideally you'll see us more there, but we are definitely planning on trying to go to New York Comic Con for sure.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm hoping for New York too. I've done New York once and didn't have the best experience, but also I went on my own and like it was just chaos. Um, I mean, sometimes I do things without planning, so that's kind of my own fault.
That's my
And
life.
yeah, but I do want to go there again, especially like with like how you had said, meeting some of the fam that's out there and like actually being with people who know New York versus like just me being like, where the hell am I?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't walk down the wrong alley.
Yeah. I mean, I was told not to walk down Central Park, and like the first thing I did the first night was I think it was like 1 a.m. I went into Central Park and I walked the entire park. I was a little bit lost and found my way out. Didn't see a problem with it, and then told a bunch of people, and they were like,
Yeah.
And you made
Don't
it on
worry,
the
I
other
had my
side.
2 turtle doves. I was fine.
But yeah, like I mean, the city looks nice. There's like a lot of nice views and stuff. But like, I really want to try that again, especially because like I hear about all the cool stuff in New York Comic Con, and I'm like, yeah, it would be freaking great to see you guys there. And definitely doing DCon. It's a lot closer to me. It's just a 4-hour drive for me, so that's definitely gonna happen. But yeah, like I'm doing probably the same 2 events next year.
Let's
That's
go.
awesome.
Yeah. So that is the plan. Like I said, I've never been to New York. Would love to try it. Would love to see the Statue of Liberty for the first time. I don't really eat pizza anymore because of my lactose intolerance, but D's never really had like an authentic New York pizza. I hear they don't put pineapple on it. God bless.
I did
You put pineapple on your pizza? That's okay. We'll let it
in
go.
New
We'll let
York.
it go. Yeah.
Oh.
It's not called a Hawaiian pizza, I hope. So,
I don't know. I put pineapple in it though.
okay. Yeah, our biggest gripe is not necessarily the pineapple on the pizza, although I hear it's sacrilege from people in New York. It's the fact that they call it a Hawaiian pizza. No Hawaiian likes pineapple on their pizza. We like it on a side dish for breakfast with like maybe a cantaloupe, but not on a pizza or anything like that. I'm sorry, guys, but that's just me. I love Canada, by the way. Love you, Canadians. So,
Comic guy. Pineapple
oh,
belongs on
come
the pizza.
on. Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. Somebody, where's Big Bro? Somebody was like giving me shit about the pineapple. I was like, one day you're gonna get a collectible dropped on you that's a pineapple on a pizza.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's a Hawaiian
Uh,
drop.
it's a party in your mouth when you bite in it. What kind of like a
He's
luau?
right.
What are you talking about?
Savory and sweet, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it helps with the
Yeah.
digestion.
It's
All
not
right.
for everyone, but that's okay.
Let's get to this giveaway right here, and then we're gonna get to the hat giveaway, and then we're gonna get out of here. So D, while I
Yeah.
am setting that up, why don't you close out the show with Mike? Ask him his final question.
Yeah, well, it's not really a final question. I just want to say, cute kitty, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
We love cats. We have 2 here as well. But like, I saw a photographer on your profile, and I was not expecting you to be the type of photographer that you are. Like, when I hear photography, I mainly think like landscape, the sunset, the really nice places, flowers. But I think you're the first that we've known of elopement / engagement photographer. And just getting to know all this about you, and you sharing your experiences, and more about you, it's been really interesting. And that's what we love to do, is to like talk to people, get them comfortable, and then just be comfortable enough to let us see, like, a more personal side of them. So we appreciate you for doing that. Thank you so much for coming on, and just sharing and talking to us for almost 2.5 hours. It's been great. It doesn't seem like that much time has gone by when you're just talking and just shooting the shit and just laughing. So yeah, I appreciate you for doing that. And like Hinano said earlier, anytime you want to come on to just talk, hang out, if there's anything you want to, when you get your next thing in your career, and you need to promote to like other states, we can help you with that. We'll promote your stuff on our YouTube. I don't know how wide it'll go, but we'll show you.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And no, yeah, it was a pleasure having doing this. And like honestly, like, yeah, I'm surprised. Right now you said 2 hours, and I'm like looking at the time, and I'm like, has it been 2 hours? 2 hours and 20 minutes? That's wild. Like, it honestly felt like 30 minutes to me. Like, it's so
Goes by
crazy.
fast, huh?
Yeah, it goes by really fast. And like biggest thing was like, I was like, like I was like kind of nervous about like ban pineapple on pizza. How dare you? Sorry, I just saw that. I'm like, no,
Bless
it's
you, Acolyte.
delicious.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but like where was I? I lost my train of thought.
It's the
I saw
pineapple.
that, and I'm like, how dare she?
Damn pineapple. Get
Blasphemy.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it was so fun. Like I said, it went by fast. Oh yeah, I was saying I was nervous about like just being like, sometimes I get like really awkward and I don't know what to say, and I'm just like, uh but nah, yeah, like it was fun, it was easy, like, so it wasn't like,
Good.
yeah, like you guys made me feel really comfortable and everything. And like,
Good.
that video was also super funny. Like, I yeah, that build up though, man, you got to work on that, because like it was good, it was worth watching it. I will not take back those 2 minutes of my life. Like, I enjoyed that.
Yeah. He tries to soften the blow, but this guy's coy
Yeah.
right here. Oh man. No, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate the time that you gave us. And the big thing that we have here, and this is also for the new people that are sitting in the back of the room, because I did notice there are some new people watching. So for the new people that are watching in the back of the room that don't know who we are, we're basically I used to say that we were a podcast about nothing. We're like the Seinfeld of podcasts, but in reality, we're not. We're a podcast about the people. We're basically a people channel. And so what we like to do here, specifically on Friday nights, is talk story with people that are in our community, whether it's digital collecting, whether it's degen people, whether it's crypto, whether it's Web3. Everyone is invited on here as long as they're what, D? She's
Sorry, I'm
muted, by the
muted.
way.
Don't be a dick.
Yes, as long as you're not a dick, you're always welcome to come here. We welcome everybody. We don't label you a futter or a moon boy. As long as you're respectful, it's super cool. So, Mike, I really appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. This was fun. And you are always welcome to come back on. But before we let you go, do you have any final words for the 209 people watching us right now?
Yeah, let's go to the moon with Omi. I see that. I'm just kidding. I'm just hopeful. Don't no, not if a whatever. But yeah, like just do what you love, collect what you love. Put pineapple on pizza if you love it. If you don't, well, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you just don't like the party in your mouth. Um, but yeah, like, and again, it was a pleasure. Thanks for having me on again. And yeah,
Awesome,
There you go,
man.
right there. 200 people plus for Mike. Absolutely.
Let's
They all
go.
turned up for you tonight. So
hey,
let's
yo, is there
go, you
really that
guys.
many
Let's
people?
go.
Jeez.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
211 now. 211
oh
now.
wow.
So yeah. So
Yeah,
shout out
I'm
to everybody on X right there and in
Stage
Spaces
fright.
watching.
I'm glad you tell them that like after
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad
you
you didn't tell
question
me that because I
him,
would
not
have
like
probably
before.
panicked like way more when you said that. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, we 210. We lost someone. Don't worry. I'm kidding.
Oh,
How dare they?
But guys, let's get into this giveaway right now. This is for the 3 things right now from the community. We're going to give away a Vader from the Cryptoys team, or from the Cryptoys project. We're going to give away a Kid Arcade Light Parade of Luke Skywalker, and we're going to give away a slab from the Real Uncommon podcast right here. Good luck, everybody. Let's go. There are 24 people that have entered.
Nice.
Let's see who is
Good
going
luck.
to win the first place prize right now, which is that Vader Cryptoy.
Waiter.
Acrolite, let's
Let's
go.
Let's go.
Congratulations, Acrolite.
Oh.
Whoa. The cat was so
Are you
excited for you,
okay?
Acrolite. Look at that.
She tried to climb up on me, and then this thing scared her, the printer that's
Oh.
next to me, and she just jumped and ran the opposite way. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Cats do the trippiest things, I swear. And they
She
love
just
to
jumped for no reason. It was random.
Our cat does that, or our cats do that too. I'm like, dude, like, what's your problem?
No, we
Like,
have
they scare
weird
themselves.
cats. Our cats are weird, okay? Like late at night, you'll hear this faint sound. Hello? That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
cat. The
Oh
cat
wow.
literally,
Yeah.
and this cat has no voice, by the way. If you go to the cat right up in front, the cat will do this. Like
Yeah.
nothing comes out. But
Teeny
late at
tiny.
night, when no one's around, you're gonna hear, hello? Hello?
Yeah.
That's
It freaks
wild.
out our guests. When we have people
Yeah.
sleep over, they're like, I heard someone say hello last night. I'm like, it was
Yeah.
the ghost.
It was our cat. I'm like, no shit.
Oh man, you
like,
fucked
yeah.
up. You brought a spirit into my house. Get out. Anyways, congratulations to Acolyte. Second place prize. This is for the donated Kid Arcade Light Parade of Luke Skywalker from Atem. Who's it gonna be? Khalees.
Khalees.
Let's go.
These hands are for
Let's
you. Big
go.
congratulations.
Do you have one of those, Mike?
Sorry.
Do you have one of those in your collection? The Light Parade, Luke?
Not the Luke. I think I have some of like the Darth Vader one or something, and a couple of the Marvel ones, I believe.
Okay, I'll send
Yeah,
one
there's
to
some
you,
that
man.
he only made like a few, and that Luke Skywalker, he didn't make a lot of that. So big congratulations to you, Khalees.
That's
And we have
nice.
one more left. This is for the Real Uncommon podcast slab that was created by Davo himself, which gives you utility into our Discord. Let's see
Let's
who's gonna win
go.
that. Good luck, everybody. Who
Good
is
luck.
gonna have the juju tonight? Let's see.
Ooh.
Osmond Collect. This guy
Osmond.
cleans
Let's
it
go.
up all the time. He's hacked our system, this guy. That's what's happened. So
I
this
know,
guy's
it's
pretty
like,
good at
wait.
winning. So
Congrats,
congratulations,
Oz.
Oz. We will get that slab sent over to you. And guys, let me reset the giveaway tool, and we're gonna give away these Omi Homie hats right here. So D,
Nice.
run the show while I get all that ready.
Yeah, I'm so glad a lot of people tuned in, to hear your story and just to support you, Mike. Do you like being called Mike or Batman? Or Batman?
Either
just
or,
Bro?
but I guess Mike, if I really
Okay.
had to choose.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Mike. This has been so awesome, and I'm sure we could have talked more, because I know you mentioned nerdy stuff in the beginning of our show, and I was like, what nerdy stuff are you talking about? Like, do you collect more stuff that we don't know about? I'm sure you do, but we can
Oh yeah.
yeah, you gotta like take a panel of what you keep looking at from the distance there on your wall and like show us later in the DMs. But yeah, thank you so much. This has been great. I'm just it's just awesome to hang out with great people on Fridays, like I said, to start our weekend right and just, share the Aloha spirit with everybody. Oh, that was another thing that I wanted to talk about. We didn't get to the meta kitties, yeah, from Olga. That is
Oh,
What?
cool. You're a
she,
PFP.
That
yeah,
is a
yeah,
name I haven't heard of in a very long time. Is she still around?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Every,
She's
every
still
once in
around.
a while, yeah, she posts stuff like she says good morning, and I'm like, oh, hey, Olga, and yeah, she's still around every once in a while. But yeah, I'm glad to see that her MetaKitties collection is still going, because yeah, she was kind of quiet for a while.
Well, I remember
Um,
she had that issue with her new cool dogs, but I don't know what happened. I can see
mm,
them again on my MetaMask or in my OpenSea. Before I couldn't. So I don't
oh,
know if maybe they brought her collection back, but
Yeah, I
I
think
had
someone
a
was like reporting her or something, and like they got taken
oh,
down, then they got brought back up, then they got taken down again. Because I had, she had made me a Sauron one,
yeah.
and
oh,
yeah, and I was like, no, because they got taken down, and then like I messaged OpenSea, and they were like, oh, something weird happened, and then they brought it back, and
mm,
So
that
how
was
how
weird.
I ended up fixing that for me is I just created a Magic Eden and I could see it in there. But because I had a Dark Hawk, she made me a custom of that of a new cool dog, and I'm like I was so mad because that was the only one that I bought, and
Yeah.
I just thought it looked really cool with the animations and stuff. So it's good to see it back in my collection, but it's also looks like you're still buying a few of her Meta Kitties. I believe is it Meta Kitties?
Yeah, they're meta
yeah,
kitties. They're
Okay.
she's doing like all these Marvel ones and like different IPs like that, and I was like, hey, can you do a Gandalf one? Because like I really like Gandalf, and she made me that one. That's my profile pic right now. And then a while back when X-Men '97 came out, I
mm,
really wanted like Magneto art, and I had asked her, I'm like, hey, any chance you could do a Magneto one? Because like she had told me that someone, I think she had done a Wolverine, and I wanted that one, and I'm like, no.
mm.
So I was like, you know what? Like I really like Magneto too. So before somebody takes that one, like I had her do me a Magneto one. So yeah, I was able to get a couple of those. They're pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, they are pretty cool. I don't have any from her, but yeah, I'm just glad to see that when I saw your profile. I'm like, oh, that's right. Forgot to completely talk about that. Ouch.
And it's cool to see that she's still like making her art. She's still an independent project owner in this space. I remember we were trying to get her on the channel. We just couldn't find anybody to like translate Russian.
Translate. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
I I wasn't
she
sure how that was gonna work. Right? Like, would the U.S. allow me to talk to someone in Russia through Streamyard? You know what I mean? I'm like, is it possible? Or like, am I gonna be on like the watch list or something like that? So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I
who
actually didn't
knows?
know she didn't speak English until recently because and the funny thing is I have I was learning Russian a couple years ago. Like I don't really
Oh.
know much about it, so like here and there I like say something in Russian, but I don't really know it like that cuz and one of my friends who's Russian, she was like an ex-client of mine. She like occasionally hits me up and she'll like say something to me and she's like I don't even like I'm not even gonna attempt to say it. So like it was kind of funny because I was like, oh, actually, no, like I understand it when like someone speaks it a little bit, but like very, very little.
Hmm.
But yeah, and like I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
neighbor. Oh,
go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, when I was younger, when I lived in a different town away from here, my neighbors, her and her family are Russian, and they had this grand piano, and um, the daughter, who was the same age as me, she would play all the time, and it was like so beautiful, and like she would sing, but it was in Russian, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to learn Russian. And she tried to teach me some stuff, but I mean, it didn't stick. But yeah, the language is, or I mean, any different language than English that I'm used to hearing all the time is just beautiful. And it's like just so fast. It sounds really fast, but I mean, they're probably saying like one sentence, but it seems like it's a whole paragraph that they're saying. But
It's
yeah.
like your native language.
Yeah, the one you tease me, you say I'm like slurping noodles or something.
Well, because like her language, it's like they talk so fast. It's like she's breathing, inhaling, exhaling while talking. Like,
Wait, what language is that?
Yapese.
Yeah, peas.
Yapese?
Why don't you say
Oh.
something in Yapese, everybody?
Yeah, not a lot of people know that language. Mga thin binigirti ko internet. China ebe unum atiti thutrog. So I said, what? So I said, hello, internet world. That was the only English you probably heard. Hello, internet world. I have my son here who is eating. That's it. Yeah.
That's cool. That's
It's
cool.
not so bad. Yeah.
No, it's
I'm not
so
slurping
bad.
noodles.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Shout out to you, Mike. And if you guys haven't yet, go and follow El Batman
Yes.
Mike, aka the one who laughs right here. He is Batman himself, along with Fro Ecomi over here on the right side of the panel, the VV poet himself, and Anonh, who is the master director himself. He's the Spielberg of our Web3 space right here. So follow these three individuals right here, you guys. You won't want to miss the content that they provide. Also, good luck if you guys are going for the drop tomorrow. Are you guys going to go for this?
Yes.
Maybe. I haven't looked at it actually at all.
So I'm going to go for it. I like the price point. I don't really know Eagle very well, but I think Eagle's the coolest one out of everybody in the thing. So, but I'm going to go for
that one's so
I'm going to
cool.
go for one. I mean, look at the animation.
Whoa.
It's almost like they're avatars for a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
might they be?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Like they have a game, right? A mobile game?
Who?
Well, I know they're a gaming company, right?
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, I kind of
maybe
remember that I had an app for them, but I don't know. I forgot.
I mean, look at the articulation, like how they move and everything. Like this is the most movement I've seen from a VV digital collectible.
Yeah, could we maybe have a Street Fighter type thing happening soon?
I was gonna say the way you does the punching down, yeah, that looks like a Street Fighter kind of vibe.
The blue U, it rolls off the tongue, you guys. The blue U right here.
The blue U.
Nice. Good luck if you're going to go for this, you guys. Are you going for it, brother?
I'm sorry?
Are you going for it, Fro?
I'm pulling the lever at least 10 times, man. I got gems I could burn. Yeah, plus, I met all three. Like Dan's cool, David's cool, and Eagle's real cool. And I got to hang out with Eagle for a long time, and just hanging out with the dude, getting to know his backstory and how he got involved, and a little more about his history, and kind of. So it's more personal for me, and I'd love to have all the three blues. If I don't land them, I'll just buy them off the marketplace just so I can have them. And Eagle's a really good dude. He's solid, man. He's been around for a long time, so it makes sense why they included him with Dan and Dave. Eagle's been there, from the get-go, man. He's one of the Discord mods. And real humble guy, real down to earth. So there's a lot more I can say, but I probably couldn't say it on stream. I'm sorry, Eagle.
I've never met Eagle. I've never had an interaction with Eagle. I think the only Discord mod that's ever interacted with our podcast is Swampy, and I haven't seen him in a while. But yeah, I've never met the guy. I hear about him a lot though.
No, you'll definitely like him if you like Anonh and I, you'll love him. That dude's pretty much just like us. Like he's
just
hardworking individual, very chill. He's very down to earth, and he interacts with everybody that talks to him, speaks with him. He won't shy away from anybody. He'll give you his full uninvited attention, and he'll just talk to you and give you his thoughts and opinions and his goals, outlook on life. He's a very cool individual. Eagle's very like I wish I had more time hanging out with the dude. Same with Dan and David, but those guys are super busy. So yeah, I'm glad it was Eagle. Hopefully more of the VV fam or the part of the I guess gosh.
We need the guy in the wig. That's all I gotta say. The guy in the wig.
God,
but they have to make it authentic. It has to have the hat. It has to have the hat. That'll be a
never leave home. Never leave home without the hat. You need the hat.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, guys. Well, let's get to this giveaway right here. This is for the Omi Army hat. Bro, how many of these we're giving away? We're giving away one tonight?
I think he said 2.
2 tonight. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 2. We're going to have 2 winners, you guys. Last chance to enter hashtag Kryptoni in the chat. The legend himself put his name in the chat to win one of his hats right here. Batman, did you put your name in the chat?
No, I was just thinking of that right now. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, put him in.
Get in.
Hashtag Kryptoni.
There you go. And there's going to be 2 of you guys walking away with one of these. And shout out to, I believe, Mo Knows, as he was the creator of this. Am I right?
Correct. Correct.
Yeah,
Mo Knows created that.
Shout out to
Metaverse
you, Mo.
ready.
Metaverse ready. Shout out to Mo Knows.
Also, Kryptoni mentioned with the hat, you get 25% off the merch. And there's something else he had mentioned. I can't remember. It was in the chat. I have to scroll up to look and see what Kryptoni said.
Okay, yeah, I saw I think like $100. What is it? Something on Cash App.
That's right. If you have the hat,
giveaways?
he does. So with the hat, you get 25% off his merch, and then you get entered in to get $100 Cash App. I mean, how cool is that? Like, you win this, you get a shot at getting $100 sent to you via Cash App. Kryptoni, solid dude.
Yeah, here you go.
Solid dude.
Thank you.
Wait,
Thank
hold on.
you,
Let me
Kryptoni.
answer it. Let me answer too then. Sheesh.
I really want the hat, but I'm not going to enter it
I'm
because I
just
want
kidding.
the fam to get it. But
I know.
Kryptoni, however I can, I want to buy the hat. I'm late to the game. I get it, but I still want to buy the hat.
But we
Yeah,
got the shirt. Let's go.
We do have the
The
shirt. I don't want to wear it.
Shirt.
So,
It's a collectible for sure.
Yeah. I bought the hat right when he first started. So I got the hat. And I also got an Omi Army shirt that came along with the hat that matches with the hat. Super cool. Love it. And the $100 Cash App. I mean, that's free gems, brother. Like, you gotta, I mean, good luck to the 2 winners. Congrats in advance to the 2 winners. All because of Kryptoni. And like you said, it's all community.
yep.
And I know.
Awesome.
100%,
Good luck.
man. Basically sponsored by the community for the community. So really, really excited for whoever gets these 2 hats. Also really happy for whoever won the last 3 giveaways. And we really appreciate everyone for tuning in, all 222 of you. And let's run this giveaway.
Nice
Mike, you
mint.
entered, right?
Yeah, Mike.
Okay, he did. Okay, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect.
Good.
All right, guys. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. All 18 of you. Let's see who is going to win
luck.
the very first Kryptoni Omi Army hat. Bruin! Let's go, brother.
Let's go.
These hands are for you.
Nice.
Congratulations. You are a lucky winner for the new Kryptoni Omi Army hat and all the utility that comes with it. Super stoked
That's
for you.
awesome.
And guys, the last one of the night, the last winner. Who is it going to be? Who
Good
is going to
luck.
walk home with
Fingers
the Omi Army
crossed.
hat? Richard!
Ricardo.
Let's go.
Congratulations, Richard.
Awesome.
It was just not our time today, Mike. It was not our time. But you know what? There's always a next time
It's
right
okay. It's
here.
okay.
That's
Let's
awesome.
go.
Congrats,
And
winners.
everyone here is congrats, everybody. We have Kryptoni. I'll send you a couple digitals, Hinano and D. Oh, I appreciate that. I'll take the digital too. You know what I mean? I'll wear that at the Viverse. Let's go. Big shout out to Kryptoni right here for donating those hats. And guys, that has been the program tonight. It's been a really awesome conversation with the Batman himself and Fro, the man in the wig, with Anonh pulling the strings in the background. So let's
Yeah.
go, you guys. D, close out the show.
Yeah, just thank you everybody for tuning in, for sticking around for so long, and always coming back each week to see our faces and support whoever our special guests are. Appreciate you, Fro Bro, for coming on and debuting your video with Brother Anonh, as well as a huge thank you to Mike for taking a chance on us and just coming out to hang out and talk story and just have a chill Friday. It's been awesome. So thank you all, and we'll see you guys sometime in the future, wherever in spaces or somewhere. We'll
Shout
talk
out
some
to
more.
Atem. Shout out to Atem right here for the
Oh, wow, nice.
1999
Thank you.
super chat, and also for donating the Luke Skywalker tonight. Really appreciate you, Atem. Big supporter of the channel, and also we got to meet him and his lovely wife in Vegas. Super solid dude. So appreciate you. Sorry,
Yeah,
Ed.
thank
Go
you
ahead,
so
D.
much. No, that was it. Thank you everybody for being here, spending time with us where you could be doing other things. But appreciate you coming back all the time. It means a lot to us. Whoever shows up each Friday. So thank you.
Yeah,
That's what
guys.
keeps us going.
Always a fun time here, and I hope everyone enjoyed themselves tonight. I know we asked Mike to give his final words, but Fro, we have not forgotten about you over there, brother. Final words for the audience before we close out.
Taken from the wise words of the biggest bro, always lead with love. No matter how bad your day is, be kind. Because we're all dealing with stuff outside of this verse that we're in. So, lead with love. And everybody, Aloha Friday. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for hanging out and joining us as we interview Mike, the Batman who laughs.
Let's go. All right, guys. Take care. Until the next time, we'll see you guys later. Aloha.
Bye.
The Aloha spirit spreads far and wide. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Aloha Friday, it's our kind of night, where the stars